And we are live. Welcome to the Mythos Mystery Society presents Massacre on Makeout Mountain, brought to you by Schmuckies. Schmuckies, legally you have to drink it. Legally.
Legally.
It is day 3 of Mythoscon 23, and this is my first game running. It's the only game I'm running around. There's a bunch of GM-less stuff, and we did what's it called, Metroscape Bloodbath yesterday, and that was fun. I got to curb stomp a guy's head in with rollerblades, so that was interesting.
Bloody. Yeah.
And today we will be doing They Came From Beyond the Grave, and we'll play a slasher movie in the vein of like Scream and all that stuff. We could go around the circle and introduce ourselves, who we're playing as, but also just as a fun Halloween question, what is the scariest scene from a movie or TV show or video game or anything that stands out to you in your mind? I guess I'll go first. I'm the director for this game, so that makes me the GM. It's kind of treated, They Came From Beyond the Grave was kind of treated like a 70s horror movie. However, so that's why the GM is the director. But also, this game is going to take place in the 2000s. So that's
year.
fun. Yeah, it's a terrifying year.
Damn.
And Blockbuster was around. Blockbuster was still around. Yeah, the scariest scene that I could think of from movie or video game or anything. It's funny because I asked this question on Discord a little bit ago because I like to do daily questions and stuff. And one of the scariest things I tend to fall for is just rooms where it's just a bunch of tension built for nothing. So like there's this room in Silent Hill 1 that you solve a puzzle that involves like zodiac signs on the wall, and all the room is just you count the limbs on the zodiac things and you type in numbers. Nothing happens in that room. Literally nothing happens in that room, but the music in that room made me so scared I had to like jump and turn the system off. And it's like, I know nothing happens in that room as a 36-year-old man, but I still play that game and I still have to like get through that room as fast as I can. With that, I'll toss it over to Ty.
I'm Ty. I'm playing Thesaurus Gray, the Raconteur playbook for this game. Scariest scene in something. When Bilbo's face changes in Lord of the Rings. And he becomes a horrible monster for no fucking reason.
Okay, that's a good answer.
Oh, God.
And I will toss it to Jason.
Thanks. I'm Jason. I'm playing Reggie Graves. He's gonna be the cool kid, the coolest kid, the burnout kid. And I think my favorite scene, it's not really scary, but the tension is so good in The Strangers when they just pan over the main character and one of the killers is just there hanging out, just being quiet, and then slowly slinks away, knowing that they can get in at any time, and just went, I'm just gonna fuck with you. And then James.
I think I would have to say the scariest thing I can think of at the moment is in Jurassic Park when he's in the warehouse or whatever, and he backs up and a hand just lays down on his shoulder and he just turns it. There's nothing attached to it.
Sam Jackson's arm.
Yeah.
Never explained.
But who are you playing, James?
Oh, who am I playing? I'm playing Steve Sorey, the law student. I'll throw it to Maria.
Hello, I'm Maria. Scariest scene. So the one that has stuck with me the most, that's not even from a horror film, is in Feifel Goes West. There is a moment towards the beginning of the movie where they're on a train and this like ventriloquist dummy just kind of falls and he gets all like caught up in it and then it comes to life and stuff. It's the worst thing in the entire world. And I'm pretty sure that's where my like my borderline phobia of ventriloquist dummies comes from.
That's the big rat that they make at the end of the movie to scare away the cats or whatever or something, right?
Yeah. It's the worst. It's such a terrible, it's so bad. I don't like it. I'm going to be playing Ashen Left, the professor, law student / lawyer. Alex.
Last and least, hello, I'm Alex. I will be playing Willow Anderson, the only non-law student, I think, outside of Reggie, who's a forensics major. Scariest thing. I feel like my parents were extremely irresponsible and took a very young me to see movies. And so I saw Independence Day when I was quite young, which was fine. I was like, okay, I'm digging this. But when they're like going through and doing the surgery to remove the exoskeleton and then it just suddenly like bursts out, yeah, I about myself.
They did
was
that
very
again
young.
in the sequel, and that sequel was so bad. I
It
forgot
was
they
so
made it.
bad.
Yeah, and then
so
this
bad.
year for July 4th, we were just like, let's watch the sequel. I've never seen it. I was like, wow, it's funny because at one point they set up a plot that would be the coolest fucking thing because they're just like, oh yeah, these aliens that have been attacking your planet are called like the Harvesters or something, and like this band of aliens that have all survived their attacks have all met up on this one planet. And we're all trying to figure out a way to kill them all, and we can invite the humans there too, so then we can have like this giant like conglomeration of people to go take on the Harvesters. And I was like, that plot sounds awesome. I will absolutely watch that movie. And then you know what they did with it? They said, fuck all that. Let's use this alien right here as bait, and we'll just shoot the big one. I'm just like, no, give me my Mass Effect.
It's so bad.
And I think it was funny because they made it seem like they wanted to set up for that movie, but then that one did so bad that they just didn't bother.
You just retreated back into the shadows.
Good plot first. Anyway, the rant over. As your film daddy, the director, I will get this game a rolling. So it's mid-2000s. You're bored on a Friday night. What's that? That thing that's always there for you? You go over to the Blockbuster. It's our Mythos Mystery Society version of Blockbuster. You walk through the aisles, you browse, you window shop. What's that you see on the shelf? Is that Reefer Madness 2000 Massacre at Makeout Mountain? You pick up it's probably a DVD by that point, right?
It's 2000.
It's both. It's both.
Yeah,
it can be either.
it's got to be a
honestly.
DVD if it's 2000.
Just emerging.
Yeah.
It's probably the VHS because we can't afford the DVD player.
It's both.
Yeah.
They came out. It came out as dual release.
Yeah, but it's one of those early DVDs that has no art on the actual disc. It's like just the title, and then it's shiny, and that's it.
You have to figure out which one to put it in, which side.
Yeah, it's got different things, and like, and yeah, you bring it to the front shelf. You have your Blockbuster rewards card. And you go home and you prepare for a night in watching Reefer Madness 2000 Massacre on Makeout Mountain. And this movie starts with an inappropriate soundtrack, of course. That's like Sum 41 or something like that. And we pan over the titular Makeout Mountain. It's a popular hangout spot for college students. Tonight is a particularly busy night because it's close to the end of midterms. Now, everyone here probably should be studying, but they aren't because they're delinquents. So this scene, which I'm going to ask everyone to kind of just improv around in, none of your characters are in this scene. Not necessarily because they're studying or anything like that. They could be if you're a good student and whatever, but your kids are just off doing something else, which we can probably talk about later as like alibis or whatever. But for this scene, yeah, nothing's going to happen. Don't worry about it. But for this scene, you're just a bunch of random college students. Go ahead and you're at Makeout Mountain. There's like a couple of cars parked on the ridge. Then you can go ahead and put anything you want into the scene. This scene's just kind of like free reign, do what you want with it, and I'll eventually do stuff to this scene. But the mountain overlooks the town of Pinewood, a nice little suburb in the middle of Pennsylvania. It's nighttime. You see the lights of Pinewood lighting up in the mountains as the trees. Oh, you can almost smell them. You can almost smell them this time. And it's close to Halloween. So like you can smell a couple campfires going. Maybe you can even see a couple bonfires in people's backyards. It's wonderful stuff. And these fucking kids are drinking and they're making out. And they're throwing, maybe the two people are throwing a football back and forth. What do you want to add to this scene?
In the pitch dark.
Let's go on. No.
There's definitely one person who is there sitting on the front of their car alone, but with like a bag full of burritos and is just like going to town on these burritos. You would think that,
yes.
you know, they're definitely making out with something. No, it's just ravenous burrito chomping at their favorite burrito spot.
Everybody at their favorite burrito spot. It was a burrito spot to him long before it was Makeout Mountain.
Correct.
He's known as Billy Burrito these days. Local legend, local cryptid.
Right?
Billy Burrito.
Billy Burrito.
It's because of the way he eats the burritos. He doesn't just like, he like bites a hole and then he like,
Oh God,
unhinges
it's so
his jaw.
terrible.
he drinks the insides and then he eats the tortilla.
Oh
My God. I thought you were going to say he starts from the middle and works his way out.
See, that would like
Everyone
a corn cob.
hates
He eats it
the
like
burrito.
a corn cob.
It's kind of a challenge to see if you can keep making out in his presence.
He eats it like a corn on the cob.
Yeah. That's yeah.
My God.
I think there's
out? Oop.
I said I think there's at least one kid who was meeting someone here but doesn't know what car they brought, so just kind of awkwardly like sneaking and looking into cars and then being surprised and then running away.
Yeah, lots of fingers thrown at this person's direction.
There's gonna be at least one couple that are, you know, like actually like really going at it on the backseat, just hardcore making out, and then they look up and see some dude just like peering in.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Stacy.
You said you were studying.
There's three kind of burnouts hotboxing their car listening to Korn's Freak on a Leash.
Yes.
And it's
Yes.
it is a little too loud, like you can hear the bass from outside the car.
But in movie standards, that is the song that is playing while this scene is going on. It's the inappropriate rock music to set the tone.
And nobody would definitely still be doing that in 2023.
Yes.
There is one pizza delivery driver who's trying to figure out which car ordered the pizza.
There's just two people going between cars, knocking on windows.
Did you order a pizza?
Did you order pizza? Hey, did you order pizza? All right, feel free to roleplay in any of those characters you made up for a moment, and I will just kind of add to the scene as we add to it. I want to say there's two jocks throwing a football around.
Could it be one of those Nerf whistle glow-in-the-dark footballs?
Yeah, it's so, and they put like they shoved a glow stick in it so they can see it at night. They're wearing. Everybody's got like those glow stick rings around their necks and everything like that.
Which Ford Pinto? There's like 7 here.
What is it? It's the most popular car in Pinewood. Everybody's dad bought a Ford Pinto.
Why didn't they give me a color? Wait, it wouldn't have mattered. It's dork.
I hope the cops don't show up and catch us in my dad's Lincoln.
Man, these burritos are great, but I can't wait until my pizza gets here.
Nobody wants to know how Burrito Billy eats his pizzas.
Oh, Steve, you threw the football at the tree again. God damn, dodge the trees.
I can't help it. My guns are so fucking loaded.
Yeah, they're really jacked. Well, what have you been doing lately?
I've been pumping iron back at the school gym. I'm taking loads of creatine and stuff, man.
Oh,
Is that fucking Maurice up in the tree? You almost hit Maurice. Being a little stalker. Creep.
Stacy, are you up here?
Shut up! He's like a nerd up in the tree. He's like fixing some sort of weird thing.
Hey, Maurice, get that football while you're up there.
He like kicks it with his foot.
I
It's not my fault. Makeout Mountain's the best. It's the best radar location for talking to aliens. Okay. All right, pull out your ass, Maurice. Eat shit forever.
Knocks on the reefer car. Did you guys order pizza?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
I'll eat a pizza.
Yeah,
You
pass
know what?
it in,
Fuck it.
bruh.
Here, just take it. I'm going home.
Yeah.
Burrito Billy
aw.
is gonna have to deal
What,
with
no tip?
burritos again.
No tip?
Uh,
God, you guys suck.
here you go,
Oh,
and I'll just hand
wait.
you a blunt.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know
That's
what? I don't need this job. Gets in the car.
Hell yeah! You want some pizza? We just got some pizza. You want some?
Yeah, dude, I know exactly what
Hell
good pizza was too. Yeah.
Dude, I love random free pizza. Who brought this?
I don't know. It's good. I don't like. I
I
don't
did.
usually. I'm a vegetarian, but this pepperoni is sick.
We pan over to another car. It's probably the nicest car here because everybody knows who's inside of it. Although they're
Stacy?
trying to pretend like nobody knows who's inside of it. The two people that are inside of it. In a way, just as famous, I guess.
And their
Oh.
dad's like it.
But it's Tyrone and what's her name?
Tyrone and what's her name?
Sheila.
Got it.
Stacy.
Delilah. Tyrone and
Ooh.
Delilah. Everybody knows Tyrone and Delilah because Tyrone is the star football player for the Johnny Law School Asses. And Delilah is the mayor's daughter.
Ooh, scandalous.
And it's one of those around the school not so secrets. Like the only people who seemingly don't seem to know are Tyrone's parents and Delilah's parents. But everybody else in the universe, it's very obvious that they've liked each other for a very long time. And maybe some rumors have been going around that Tyrone might even propose tonight.
That's weird. They're 17.
The most romantic place possible.
Yeah.
With
kidding.
good old burrito.
I mean, it's the 2000s. They
I know.
But they aren't because we're college students.
We're college students. I
I
on
was
purpose.
17 in college.
Yeah, they're not freshmen.
They're not freshmen.
They got into college later.
They were held back a grade.
But yeah, that car is just sitting. It's in the best spot. Everybody gave them room because at least the people who normally park there and just, really rail each other. they're the regulars. The regulars.
There's a real Rose
they knew
Jack
about
scene
Tyrone's
going in
plan
there.
tonight. Yeah, so they gave him they gave him a wide berth of space.
They have their designated parking areas.
Yeah.
And then
Everybody knows
also
which
their
one's the best
designated
spot.
parking areas.
Yeah. they put markers down kind of like what do you put socks on the door when you don't want people to interrupt or whatever. It's kind of like that, but like a pile of pine cones or something.
Just the car blinkers. Hazards.
Yeah. Everyone's got their emergency lights on. It's really annoying.
It's like a
It's
rave.
like a rave.
Mhm.
One guy's raving.
Mhm.
Just one guy. He's got headphones on and everything. Tony raves. Everybody loves Tony raves. Be a shame if anything bad happened to him.
Oh, no. Poor Tony.
One thing I have to ask before we continue, I meant to do this before we started, but it'd be funnier to do it live anyway, is we have to come up with some slang that everybody in this movie says all the time, but it's something along the lines of the old director thought the youth said this, and they don't.
Oh, jeez.
Like, what was the one from Resident Evil? It was like something along the lines of like Claire just yelled "suck my cock" for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Holy guacamole.
Mine I like that I came up with a bit before was "shit yourself forever."
I like it.
Yeah, let's go with that.
or no, it was "shit yourself to death." Hey, Tony, why don't you go shit yourself to death?
I like it.
One guy, hey, yo, Chad, Broden, go long. He goes too long, though. He goes into the bushes.
Oh no.
In the bushes. And he disappears for a little bit.
Dude, I think that guy just got eaten by the trees.
Oh, shit. And And then everybody continues to party for a little bit. The jocks are like wondering where their football went, more concerned about the Nerf football, obviously, than their friend Chatter Broden or whatever the fuck his name was.
It was Chad Broden.
Chad Broden. Chad Broden.
It was Choden.
And there's a moment. Nobody's paying attention to the jocks though. They're just doing their own thing. They came here just to play catch and maybe find somebody who wants to make out or something. I don't know, or maybe make out with each other.
Maybe touch
There we
each other's
go.
muscles and it's fine.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
cool, it's fine.
You got a lot of muscles there.
Yeah, you got
They call
good
each other baby all
muscles.
the time,
Bro.
but they're roommates. So, but after a moment, suddenly you hear from the bushes, "Go along!" And the jocks are like, "Okay," and they
Hell
go their
yeah,
heads.
hell yeah.
Something flying
Start
through
punching
the air.
somebody else. Throw to me. Come here.
Come on, they're making out.
Oh my God. Please be
You're gonna
somebody's
catch
head.
it. You're gonna catch it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
It's coming right
yeah.
for ya.
Of course. Yeah. Oh, I got. Listen, I got. Steve's not the only one who's got big muscles.
And before you catch it, you realize that Tony Raves also seems to be missing. Where'd Tony Raves go? But then you catch the object, and it's not a football. No, it's
Is
Chad
it a
Broden's
burrito?
head.
Oh. Oh God. Oh God. And I'm just gonna like punt it like it is a football. Like drop punt it.
It's
Into
just
an open window of a
explodes.
car.
Yeah. It's immediate. It goes into the hot box car. It just breaks like through the back window.
Dude, whose Halloween prop is this? It's so disgusting.
And
Oh.
one of the
right all
stores is
over
gonna
the pizza.
hold the joint up to the lips of the head. Like, you want some?
I'll hold the head. Here we go.
Yeah, nobody thinks anything's wrong just yet.
Not yet.
There's room for doubt. It's just a Halloween decoration. Too close to Halloween. Somebody's pulling pranks. Stop fucking around, huh? Why don't you eat shit? Why don't you shit yourself to death?
There it
Get
is.
out of here, huh? Get out of here. That's when Billy Burrito, he's holding his burrito like this, just going to town on it. But then he turns around and there's like a spike going through the bottom of the burrito all the way through the back of his head. And he goes,
Oh,
Billy, no.
Oh
"It's a burrito,
no.
no."
Not the
Wait.
burrito.
Did he have any burritos left?
Billy's just
The
fucking
last
around. Why is everyone just fucking around in it? And then all hell breaks loose as the slaughter, the massacre, as they say, on Makeout Mountain begins. There's just quick cuts of people getting just like chopped at, and then it's almost like a ninja though.
Spray.
Like, yeah, this guy like manages to somehow catch everybody off guard when they're not looking and stuff. Like first he takes out all the people who aren't in cars, and then finally for the final shot, after there's like bodies everywhere and people are dead and everything, you see the car that Tyrone and Delilah are in, and the camera is like a POV shot of the killer, and it's like red, and it walks towards the car and it holds up a knife. And then it goes down, and then Massacre on Makeout Mountain, the title screen shows.
What's
Yeah.
better font?
We cut to the next day. There is a candlelit vigil at the Johnny Law School, where the mayor is actually up on the stage at the podium. She's like, it's terrible what happened. I can't believe this happened. And the chief of police is standing next to him. You know both of these characters because, it's a small town. Trying to think of what his name was. Oh, and the principal's also there. The principal is Charity Hart. Chief Barney Wilberforce. And what's the mayor's name? Mayor Brianna DeGrasse. They're all at the thing, and she just goes, and then the chief cuts her off. It's like, it's been a terrible time. We're doing everything in our power to get to the bottom of what happened on Makeout Mountain last night. It was a damn shame, and I can't believe such a terror happened in a town like this in the good old Pinewood. But you know me, I'm always on the case, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of this one. Now we could cut to each one of you one at a time, or all of you in kind of a group, but you're attending the candlelit vigil. If you want, you could describe what you're doing, what you look like at the moment, and maybe who you're with or what your reactions are and everything. Just do it as you feel comfortable as the mood hits you.
I'll say Reggie's like in the back, like leaning on his van, just like watching, like, oh man, and like there's just like random people near him, like he's not talking to anyone really. He's like, oh man, I lost my 3 best customers, and my pizza never even showed up.
He delivered the pizza to his customers instead of to himself.
No, it was to go to Reggie.
Oh, but he wasn't there.
Yeah, no, it was like
The pizza
it was one of his
person went to the wrong
stops.
place.
He was
Yeah.
going to multiple.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And pizza never
That's
made
the
it.
worst part of it. You're like the cool guy at the whenever there's a shot of like a graveyard at like ceremony in a movie, and they cut away to the guy that's like not like he's just standing over by a tree in the distance.
Pretty much, yeah.
Except you're not nearly as cool as like Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man.
It sucks. Did you guys, if you guys knew, if you want something to lighten the mood, just let me know.
Will is definitely sitting on top of the van, of Reggie's van, the candle,
Well,
lighting little pieces of fire,
just a little arson to get
just
your day
like
going.
little bits of paper, just going. Who are these people again?
I mean, at least Tyrone and Delilah. I think they got Tony too. Not Tony Raves.
Oh, not Tony
Everybody knows Tony.
Raves.
Yeah, he did that in class too, like all class.
God,
Honestly,
you-
I feel like this. What's the word for it when they just let anybody into a college? It's not a private college. Is it just public college? Columbia College was one. Ty,
a
Ours is a
state
private.
university.
you mean community college?
Oh, it is a community college actually, but that's not the word I was looking
It's
for.
like open
but
admission, where it's like
Open admission. That's the one I
Yeah.
was looking for. Yeah, it's just like I feel like the open admission at Johnny Law School is a little school open. We let people like Tony Raves and Burrito Billy in. They don't even
Burrito
do
Billy
it.
had some
They
good
just do what
grades.
their description is.
Oh, man, I like burritos.
Burrito Billy was 1 semester away from his doctorate.
Yeah.
That's why he's been here so long.
I think Ashen is probably standing a little, not like too close as in touching Steve, but like too close, I'm sure, for Steve's comfort, and has just a manila, not a manila envelope, but like a file opened with like papers that are handwritten, of course, of just everybody's as much info as he could have taken about any of these people, which is granted not a lot because it's just on personal interactions, which is not a lot of all these people. But there's papers for Tony, for Steve, for Tyrone and Delilah, and for like even the pizza delivery person, who they don't have a name. They didn't find, like Ashton didn't find the name for it, just wrote in pizza delivery person name ? And is kind of going through all of these things, and the candle is like it was on the ground, and then at some point it found its way into Steve's other hand without maybe Steve realizing he now has 2 candles. And there's like an inner monologue happening in Ashen's head of, this could be it. This could be my big break. This could be the case that just catapults me into, I can become the lawyer I've always dreamed of. If I can figure out who did this, I can do anything. He's just kind of lost with like wide-eyed. He's got like slicked back, dirty blonde hair. The eyes of a excited child. dressed very nicely in a suit that everybody's only ever seen him in this suit. Or if it's the same suit, it's the same suit, or he has 7 versions of this same suit. And is always carrying some sort of like files around, but no briefcase or anything to hold them in. So it's a wonder how he even holds all of these things that he has, but he always seems to have things and pulls them out from somewhere. So they have to be somewhere, right? But he'll like point to something on one of the sheets and lean over to Steve and say, "Why do you think Tony was there? I mean, Tony raves all the time, but like, why was Tony there?"
Steve, leaning away in his typical casual suit and tie with the sunglasses on the top of his head, just kind of leans away and ignoring Ashen, says to Richard, "Yeah, man, I lost my best customer too. William used to be coming for me for every freaking test and exam. I'm gonna miss him. I think."
We're getting so much deep lore about Billy.
I hope Billy lives somehow. I hope Billy comes back as a ghost.
I'm gonna have to rewrite that the killer is now Billy Burrito. Really, we're in this to solve Billy Burrito's murder and nobody else is. Breakout character of Mythoscon 2020.
Billy Burrito.
That kid that literally drinks burritos.
With a straw.
I was in the middle of Ashen talking and just like trying to explain things to Steve. Reggie just walks up to one of the candles that Ashen's holding and then lights a joint like off the candle, and then just keeps walking.
Ashen, who'd kind of still been trying to talk to Steve, just like narrows his eyes and follows you. And just says under his breath, "I'll get you one day. One day." So anyway, Steve, what do you think about all this? It's like this is a big murder, right?
Dave, how do I use one of my quips?
You just say it.
Oh, okay.
But usually you have to. Usually it's better to say it before you do like an action that involves rolling. I mean, you can say it whenever you want, and it's fine. But like,
I will.
Yeah, but like, if you say it before an action, it gives you a boost.
I think, Ashen, it's not that bad. It's a bear attack. They happen all the time in Pennsylvania, which is where we are. Yikes. A lot of people. Call animal control, I guess.
I don't think it's that simple.
Willow will kind of like lay down on the top of the van and kind of like slide so that her head is like closer to Steve and Ashen, and just go, "They find anything like interesting there? Like did they find any murder weapons? Was there blood like everywhere?"
If you want, you can actually roll to get a real answer. Who wants to be the one that wants to roll for this? Let's put it that way. This feels like an Ashen question. You asked basically what you know that the police know.
Yeah.
Stuff, right? Yeah. So Ashen, I feel like because Ashen literally mentioned, I have this folio of everything that's going on in the case, and I'm a good student. Yeah, I would say Ashen's probably the person to know this. So for you, you'll do your first roll, and now you remember there was a bit of a trick to how you press. I think you just press the dice, and then it will ask you to put in a tribute.
Yeah, I did it earlier.
Do you have a specific thing? Oh, you already did it. You rolled technology?
No, that was from earlier. That's how I know how to do it, because I was testing it.
Do you have a specific skill and attribute you'd like to roll for this, or do you want me to suggest one?
Depending on how willing the police were to give me any information is how probably persuasion, honestly, to get the information from the people that I wanted to get it to.
That makes sense. So this is almost like you're rolling to see what the result of you questioning the police was, and now you're reporting what you got from them in a way. So I guess, yeah. So I guess roll persuasion meets, let's say persuasion meets presence.
Yeah,
Seems right.
buddy.
And you need, let's say 2 successes for this.
I got
go.
2 successes.
You did roll a 1, so it, basically, so if you roll a 1, that makes it kind of like a botch success. To which I'm gonna write a note here. I'll just make it freehand of your cinematic powers. That gives you 1. So I put like a tally there. You use the cinematic, what's it called? Points to buy cinematics for the game. That's that one sheet with all the cinematics. You could do stuff like scene missing and all this other fun stuff with that. So, but that's your current points, is that you have 1 because you have a botch success. So, what you got from the police is they are seemingly very tight-lipped about their evidence, which is uncommon for Johnny Law Law students. They seem to like working with Johnny Law Law students because you help with cases and stuff as part of like you're pretty much free labor for the police. Like you have a contact there. His name is Detective Troy McMichael. He's tall, dapper, and handsome, and incredibly competent. Yes. And he's very competent in his ability to solve cases, so you trust his judgment and everything like that. However, with this case, they seem to be very tight-lipped on the subject. Let me just double-check one more. Yes, okay. Seemingly under the chief's orders. The chief doesn't seem to want to get any information out. He's trying to keep this very close to the chest. Which is just an interesting, like, I guess you can attribute it to the fact that the Johnny Law students have not really been asked to solve a massacre before. It's usually just like petty larceny, or what did Tony Raves do this time? what store did Tony Raves burn down again?
Gosh.
Known arsonist Tony Raves. But like, yeah, usually the answer to the crimes is like Tony Raves. But, but yeah, no, this time it's like your lack of knowledge is somehow vaguely knowledge in a way, because it's just different than the usual that they usually give you. But maybe that's a thing. So really all you got out of it was you don't know who, obviously you don't know who did it. You don't have like a murder weapon. You do know a lot of the victims, but that's because that can't really be hidden. Like they had, for this vigil, they had like a list of them everywhere and stuff. Next to where everybody picks up the candles and everything. And you're surprised that it's also not being televised as much, considering the mayor's daughter and the star football player were part of it. And you could ask the morgue. What's a guy who leads a morgue?
The mortician.
Mortician.
Yeah, the mortician, Dr. Clarence Rudiger, but you haven't gotten to him yet. I'll consider that your botch success, is that you haven't gathered every clue yet. So there's still more people you can ask stuff about and everything. But yeah, as far as the police go, they're being suspiciously quiet. You think it's a little weird. You're like, yeah. You guys are the best of the best. You're Johnny Law Community College law students.
What was that name again?
Oh, what was it?
The doctor, and also the name of the mayor again.
Okay, yeah. The doctor, the mortician doctor guy?
Yeah.
Clarence Rudiger.
The coroner?
Coroner.
I was like, all I
It
can
is
think
coroner.
of
The coroner. It's also Pine Town, but I said Pinewood a few times, so it's Pinewood now. Fuck you. The mayor's name is Brianna DeGrasse.
Ooh.
Brianna gets back on the microphone during this lull. She's like, as the mayor of Pinewood, I agree. I am doing everything in my power to give I keep forgetting everyone's fucking names.
Iron.
To give Barney, Chief Wilberforce, the resources he needs to solve this crime and bring my daughter's killer to justice. And now that my daughter is dead, I feel it is my motherly duty to be everyone in town's mom. And the chief like kind of pushes her out of the way. She's not
Yeah, she's mourning a little bit. Yeah.
Wow, maybe she needs a bit of a vacation.
Yeah. But there's like kind of like a little bit of an embarrassing moment on the stage as the mayor is just kind of in a daze talking about being a mom and stuff as the chief of police is trying to calm her down. You see Dr. Clarence Thomas up on the stage too, but he looks like he doesn't want to be there at all. Like he looks like kind of pissed off actually. I don't know, maybe that's just like a mortician or coroner thing, is that they just prefer to be around the dead. Which is terrifying, but
Well, the whole time while like leaning over the van reading along with Ashen and all that stuff, like the wax from the candle is definitely dripping onto Ashen's folder.
He sees this happening and will take like a step to the right.
Oop, my bad. And she'll just slide down. Okay. I was intrigued before,
nothing.
but I'm intrigued
so we
now.
Yeah, I definitely think that there's something at this crime scene that they just don't want us to know. Also, I'm scanning around because if I'm interested in this, I'm looking around to see where my biggest inspiration, Thesaurus Grey, is in all of this.
I was about to say, where's
Thesaurus Grey,
Rusty?
who's already solved the case.
He just wants
Thesaurus
to
is
that person.
Thesaurus is close to the front. He's wearing a button-up and a sweater over it and his glasses, and he raises his hand.
Oh, that's adorable. He's raising his hand in a
Staring at the
crowd.
It's not a Q&A.
But you're just gonna walk by and high five him.
Yeah. So I'll say
Don't leave him hanging.
while the mayor and the chief are just kind of having a moment up there, Troy is kind of looking around for like just kind of like some way to, you know, like get. And he steps up to the podium and he sees the source and he's like, yes, you, yes.
Yes. Are there any leads? Are there any suspects on this case so far?
We have some leads we are investigating, yes, but we are keeping that secret, as you know, legally. You all know because you are law students. We cannot disclose such high-profile suspects to the public until we are absolutely sure, for your safety, for their safety, for also our safety, so we can get them and make you more safe. And your safety is important to us.
I want to lean over to Ashen and say, and also because they're bears.
4 different bear suspects.
Ashen nods and just writes in big letters "bears?" underneath the suspect list.
Many suspects, or just have you narrowed it down at all?
Well, we are not at liberty to discuss that legally. You know that. You don't.
Willow will saunter
Narrows his
up.
eyes.
Willow will saunter up behind Saurus and just go, legally?
Legally,
What are
yes.
we allowed to know?
Everything we told you, that there's been a massacre and you should be sad about it.
Legally, you need to be sad about this.
Legally, you have to be sad about this.
Not wanting to
The
be
mayor's
alone
daughter
in the
died.
van.
Legally, you have to be sad about that.
Right.
Not wanting to be alone in the van with Ashen, I will follow to where this group has.
Ashen is
Gathered.
following right behind you.
As you
Writing
two are
down notes.
walking, are you walking to the front to be next to the source to
Yes.
answer questions and stuff? As you're kind of
Yes.
making your way through the crowd, you kind of brush past. There are like a couple people down, so you're not like bumping into them or anything, but you hear them because they're being awfully loud about it. It's King Tori, and Tori, is just she's what's her full name actually? Does it have it in here? Is it just Tori? Tori Barnes. Tori Barnes is kind of like the popular girl at Johnny Law School. So she's like, this is boring. And legally, I can say that because of my First Amendment rights. She's like, oh, I didn't even look Tyrone or Delilah. I thought they were boring. This is boring. Who cares about boring people? Again, legally, I'm allowed to say that because of my First Amendment rights.
And Tori is saying this.
Yes. And everybody around her is like, yeah, legally she's allowed to say that this is boring, although she still legally does have to cry about it.
Tori, I didn't know you knew words beyond 4 letters. I'm really impressed.
But yeah, do you say that to Tori, or are you just saying that to your friends as you're walking past?
Oh, no, I'll say that to Tori.
Well, my First Amendment rights and your freedom of speech are protected here, so you can call me out as you want, but I can still say this is boring.
Then leave.
I'll leave when I want to. But then Tori turns around and she sees Roger, who's now the star football player.
Oh,
You used to be the second place star football player, but now is the star football player. She sees Roger, who immediately, the totem pole of who the popular people were is in complete disarray. The 2 most popular people gone. That means the hierarchy of popularity is now in flux, and it's an all-out battle for popularity. There might be somebody might show, like somebody might do something to go viral. Who knows?
I'm currently ranked number 4, and I'm proud of it.
Yes.
Reggie, just to have fun with all the law students, he's gonna like perk up behind Ashton and just like whisper, "He's number 1 now. That's motive," and then like slink away.
Motive. We'll write down.
I think I accidentally gave you like 6 different people who could have motives.
100%. The best thing. Literally anyone could have done it.
Yeah, it's just like you can find a motive in any of these people if you gave it enough time.
See, as lawyers, we don't even have to prove motive. We just have to suggest it firmly.
Yes.
Beyond the shadow of a doubt.
Exactly.
Reggie's
just bored, so that's why he's like, I'm just gonna keep pushing.
Stir it up hot.
There's this little skinny guy with giant glasses that is seemingly somehow in every scene that, like, out of the corner of his mouth just keeps going, yeah, legally he's correct on that.
It's the director cameos.
Yeah, just some guy. Nobody knows his name.
It's just M. Night
He's
Shyamalan.
very knowledgeable on what's legal, though. But yeah, Tori turns and sees Roger, and she goes, "Oh, Roger, it's so terrible. I can't believe my best friend Delilah and Tyrone are dead. They were the best people ever. Hold me."
Shit yourself forever, Tori.
Willow will just go, "Ugh," and then lean over to Thesaurus and just go, "Russie, you know you're never going to get answers out of them because they're stupid."
Absolutely true. I think we hightail it over the crime scene ASAP.
Hey, if anybody can get answers out of them, the Thesaurus Gray can do it. I believe in you.
No, Ash and I am absolutely in agreement. Thesaurus could get answers. My statement is saying that they don't have any because they're stupid.
Your First Amendment rights allow you to say that.
Exactly. See? Legally, I'm allowed to state that they are dumber than a bag of rocks.
Quite true.
But a bag
That's
of rocks
admissible in
can
court.
still kill a bunch of people.
In the right hands.
Or the wrong hands. Legally,
I'll write it down,
point out
and
that it's
we'll
wrong to
add,
kill people with
add everyone, such as Tori and Roger, and also a bag of rocks ? To the suspect list.
Sentient bag of rocks.
Yeah.
So Reggie's gonna hear all of them like they're dumb. They're so dumb. And Reggie's gonna be like, "Oh," and he's gonna walk up and be like, "What's up?" He's going over to Tori and Roger.
Oh, okay.
Oh, to Tori and Roger?
Yeah.
Tori just kind of like pushes Roger aside, and Roger's like, "Hey." And so he's like, "What's up, Reggie?"
Do you guys feeling kind of down?
Legally, I have to say yes.
You guys want to feel better?
Legally, I have to say no.
I think
Well, there's that legally
Ashton-
has to do about this?
Ashton's hair kind of stands up, like it's kind of slicked back and it's a little spiky on the end, and it sticks up a little bit as his like law senses are tingling, and he whips around and sees what's happening over there with Reggie, and he points and he says, "Objection!" And it goes, and he just stomps over there with his finger pointed out
And he's just gonna be like,
towards Reggie.
Reggie's just gonna like kind of like do like a hand move, like hold on, like hold. And just be like, you guys, I sold you guys not that long ago. What happened? You used it all last night?
Legally, can't talk about that right now, Reggie. But you're invited to the party in the 2 days. You want to come to the party? Oh no, it's tomorrow actually. Sorry. Legally, I have to correct myself.
Okay.
While Reggie is distracting Roger,
Or, yeah.
can I try to
He's distracting Tori. Roger is just kind of
Oh.
around.
or Tori, can I try to see if I can like steal some shit out of her purse?
Out of Tori's purse?
Yeah. Or
Sure.
either that or like take something or take Roger's wallet. There's always so much information in those things.
That's not very legal of you. But yes, you can.
Unless there's
If you
probable
would
cause.
like to do that, definitely it's larceny meets
100%.
hunting. That definitely sounds correct to me.
Well, I mean, if they put it back, then nothing was stolen, and then therefore, no law was broken.
Legally, nothing bad happened.
It's not like attempting theft is also not,
Yeah, it's kind of like when you stab somebody, but then you patch it up. It's nothing bad happened.
We call it surgery. So do I just click on larceny?
Yes, click
The
the
little
dice
die
next
next
to,
to it?
larceny, and then I think it asks you for an attribute and make it cunning. And you're stealing, just to be clear, you're stealing stuff from Tori's purse or Roger's purse? Pocket. Wallet.
Roger
Whatever
can have
it
a purse.
You can have a purse, he just doesn't. Legally doesn't.
I'm gonna go with Tori for now.
Okay.
Do I
Legally, it's a
add
fanny
any extra dice? No, right?
No, not for this one. Unless if you can find a way to sneak a
Womp
quip in there.
womp.
Oh, you got 0 successes. Tori's just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Ooh,
I thought I was looking
Willa,
for-
legally, I do have to say that is attempted theft, and I'm just gonna pull out a little sticky notepad that I have and write down on it, and just
I was looking for a
take it
pen so I
off,
can write notes.
and I'll
that was
stick it on your forehead, and it just says on it, broke the rules.
And I'll stick it right on my shirt and go, my bad. Sorry, I was trying to see the lipstick you had on. So it was an interesting shade. I should have just asked, but you were having a moment.
I wouldn't have answered even if you just asked, so that's fair, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
What are you nerds doing? Are you trying to solve the case again? This isn't like all those times that Tony Raves burned down a bunch of Walmarts. This is a bit
No,
more
this
serious
is-
than that. I bet
this
you
is
nerds are going to chicken
real.
out. You won't even go to the crime scene.
I'm already on my way, and Ash is literally gonna just pivot 180 degrees and just start walking. Just
Ash,
like Power
we
Man walking.
Have Reggie Van.
Oh, you guys want to? You guys, you want to hop
You
on?
won't do it, you nerds.
Reggie, you've been voluntold.
Oh, all right. Just don't break any of my bonks.
Can we stop by my apartment for my bear spray?
Nah, bears don't like weed.
It's true.
Legally.
Legally, bears
me
don't like
wrong.
weed.
Prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong.
Oh, I'm working on it, Reggie.
It's
I'm
okay. I have a
working on it.
prescription.
Rusty, you coming?
All right. Well, I'll drive.
You're walking away from Tori. They won't do it. Those nerds.
All right, I'll see you
They're
tomorrow.
not going to do it. And that's when, before the scene shifts, you see Tori, close up on Tori, looking all pissed. And then the camera pans, and you see the chief of police and everybody behind her in the shot. And she slyly looks over to the police and gives a little smirk and then we do a smash cut where some 41's playing.
No,
It's
we're-
the
we're-
van on the way to the crime scene.
We're in
A
Reggie's
little bit
van,
later in the day.
so it's Sublime Smoke Two Joints is playing.
Yes,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, it's got because this is a semi Reggie establishing shot.
I thought you were going to say
where
the
it's
Grateful
like,
Dead was playing.
yeah, where you're all in. Oh, Reggie, what's your van look like?
From the outside, it's a pretty nondescript one. You know, it's one of those vans with like a bunch of windows with the ladder rack on the back. You know, but on the inside, you know, it's got like the carpeting. It's got like the glow in the dark posters that he bought from Spencer's. And you know,
Are they okay? Important question. Are these the kinds that you had to color in yourself with the markers they give you prepackaged?
Oh, like
with
the fuzzy ones?
the felt
Yeah.
ones, yeah.
No, these were the pre-made.
Oh, these are the
okay.
legit
the
ones.
primo ones, the ones that don't need artistic integrity in order to make them
Yeah.
look decent.
You know, there's all sorts of boxes and paraphernalia throughout. Stash boxes, bongs, lighters, all sorts of things.
Ashen this entire time has just like permanent frowny eyebrows and is just flourishing, writing on their papers every single bit of thing in here that could be used against you in court.
Also, it's one of those where there's only the two front seats, the driver and the passenger, and everybody else is sitting on throw pillows.
Nice.
Okay.
There's not
as you-
beanbags.
Oh
beanbag
god, yeah,
chairs?
you gotta have them beanbags.
There's
back
probably
there
one giant beanbag chair.
I'm in it.
that all of you have to share.
Think, yeah, just like a massive one. Although this would be the right time. It's a giant Snorlax.
Yeah, Pokemon's out. I don't know if they've marketed it like that. It would be in
Oh,
black. No, I guess the
they did.
anime's
No,
out.
they did. Yeah, the anime came out in the United States in like the late like 96, I think.
Yeah, and this is the early 2000s. Where
Yeah.
that
Oh, yeah. It
fucking
was
rad.
hyped in the early 2000s.
Okay, it's
It
a
was
giant
big.
Snorlax beanbag chair.
So to add a little bit of ominence to this scene, you're driving. What you said? Sublime was playing. But Sublime cuts out for a moment as the radio is playing, and it's the Chief Wilbur, or what is this fucking Barney? Barney Wilbur, of course. I was technically correct. Legally, I was technically correct. But Barney cuts in and he's chief of police, and he says, we need to impose a curfew on everyone tonight. Nobody is allowed out after dark as we solve the murder or the massacre on Makeout Mountain. And then you change it back to Sublime. Like,
Legally, they can't do that.
Actually, legally, they can they?
Can't change it
No.
back to Sublime.
Not without
Legally, they
30
can't
days
change it
notice.
back to Sublime.
The one non-law student is like, can
You never said after dark in what time zone?
Reggie,
I-
you're getting the hang of it.
The one skinny kid that points out all the legalese is sitting in the back of the van too. Actually, legally, that is incorrect. I just need to point that out. It is implied that he means this time zone.
I feel like perhaps we shouldn't
Shut up, Billy.
actually. I feel like we
Yeah,
should actually.
somebody give this guy a name.
Oh, buddy.
Buddy. Yes, it's Buddy.
All right.
Legal Buddy.
Legal.
And he's only silent until he needs to point out the legalese of a situation.
Mhm.
I don't think we should drive actually there. Like, we should probably park on one of the access roads and go on foot. We don't want to get blocked in or anything. Just a thought. Reggie, do you have any flashlights in here?
I got a lot of lighters.
I have one, and Ashen will just have one in their hand. They did not bring a bag with them. Who knows? And it's like a mag light, so it's like
Where the
this
hell
long.
did that come from?
Reggie's just gonna be like,
Court
well, I
record.
have, like, I've got all these lighters. I got some old rags over there. We can get some sticks, and they'll just be torches.
I'm not opposed to this. but also, and she'll like look over to her right and pull out a giant box. Did you forget that you had like 7 million glow sticks in here?
Oh, that was a special order for Tony Raves. Said about some party tomorrow.
Well, he is not gonna be needing them.
But isn't the party still?
I don't know.
Oh,
But if it's Tony Rave's party. and
Wait,
he-
there's a party tomorrow?
As long as he's not in jail. Again.
Tony Raves is dead.
Oh yeah.
He's dead. He was killed.
but
You killed him, Dave.
By
you know what they
bears.
say,
Raves is dead.
the party must go on.
Okay, well, I don't think like 10 missing is going to be the worst thing in the world. And so she'll take 10 and she'll push the box back and be like, just 10.
Oh, fine.
Crack
We
a
gotta
few.
pour one out for Tony, or light one up, I guess.
Don't gotta tell me twice.
She'll
I
look,
mean, the glow stick
pull out a
picture.
knife out of nowhere and just kind of clip the head of it and just pour it.
Right under your shag rug, so now you have a permanent glow stain on your shag
Uh,
rug.
She'll do it out when they get outside. She won't.
Reggie's
Just
just
glow
gonna
on
take
the
like
forest.
a toothpick and dip it in some of the glow stick and then draw like pot leaves on his shoes so that they like glow while they're walking.
This 100%. I'm here for it.
You.
Just start painting it.
So the idea was to not park at the crime scene.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. I would assume before you even get to like the road that would lead to it, you see like a police blockade. There's like one officer standing next to like a blockade, his car. The lights are, going. He's checking his BlackBerry.
Is it Doug? My connection, Officer Doug?
It's Officer.
Or is it my connection, PI Peeper?
Actually, you know what? Roll me a straight up and down D100. Under 50, it is Doug. Over 50, it is not Doug. It is Doug. He's playing Snake on his BlackBerry.
Nah, it's just Doug. Go on through. I'll roll down the window and explain.
Whoa, hey.
No, it's definitely a.
It's a hand crank.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, this is an old. This is not a new van, I assume.
No.
It's taking forever to go down. Hey, stop it.
Put my sunglasses up. It's me, Doug. How's it going?
Oh, okay. There was a murder, a lot of them, all at once. A massacre, some might say.
So we've heard. Yeah, that's where we're going.
Oh, okay.
Keep up the good work.
He waves to no one to let them through. And then he plays Snake for a second, and he goes, "Oh," and he moves. Hi.
I can't with the people in this town.
I like how. Okay, so Alex, you've
Reggie's
played
driving
invasive
slow.
procedures and
Yep.
Seven Circle with me,
Yep.
but this is usually the tone of the game. I was about to say, you went from like my two most serious games.
The
Yeah,
two
this
most
is-
terrifying
this is-
games I've ever
This
played.
is average Dave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is pretty much how it always is.
Reggie's just gonna be like, "Hey, roll that window up." Man, I'm glad he didn't like look in the car at all.
Or
Oh,
question
don't
anything we
worry.
were doing.
I'm gonna talk to him afterwards.
Who
I'm
knows?
gonna
maybe
just
he'll
like
be dead by
wave
the time
around
we
like 3 full, like front to back handwritten pages of things that Ashen has found in your car that the police should know about.
Legally, you cannot keep those without a warrant. They are
I
not
know.
admissible in court.
I know
True.
that. How do you know that? I know that.
I, of course, know what's admissible in court in terms of evidence.
Legally, she's
Fold
right.
it up and put it in my suit.
She'll just
Reggie's
go.
gonna turn around and look, just like
I'm watching you.
no one's gonna notice, but he's just gonna be like, "Hey, buddy, is she right?" I want like Reggie to be the only person that actually notices this.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Oh my god, it's your weed demon. You can only see this when you're high and you're always high.
My favorite part about getting high is the weed demon as well.
Is that your weed wizard power? Is that Buddy Legal is always
your
in
weed
sight?
demon.
Buddy
Reggie's
legal.
secretly a savant. Like
No, attorney at law.
my face hurts. Ooh.
You see up in the distance the other blockade, but this is where the crime scene actually is. There are 2 squad cars parked there, and you can see 2 officers walking around taking notes, looking at things and stuff like that. The lights on the cars are going. They're a bit far from the cars, and the cars are closer to you than the police officers are.
Is one of
I
them
can kind of
officer-
draw really quick, just kind of an area of what this kind of looks like, but for the most part, it's kind of just a circular area. There's like 4 or 5 cars parked at the ridge of the mountain overlooking Pinewood, as you remember from the opening. But they're kind of, at the far end and stuff. But the big things you have to worry about at the moment, obviously I'm not going to tell you like clues or anything at the moment, but the thing you have to worry about is there's 2 police officers parked, and they're kind of currently doing their job, distracted with the job.
Is one of them Officer Doug?
No.
Roll me a do.
How did you get here so fast?
Dang it!
Not Officer Doug. You actually
Is
rolled
one of them Private Investigator Peeper?
I'm gonna say, for the sake of this moment, that worked once. I'm not gonna make
dang
it for every cop. So for this scene, in future scenes where there are cops, absolutely ask. But for this scene, they are not cops you recognize.
Boo.
Question.
Yes.
Would Willow have access to a scanner?
A scanner. Oh, like a police scanner?
Yes.
You might. Go ahead and roll me. Let's see if you brought it. Go ahead and roll me.
I feel like I would have installed it into Reggie's vehicle to ensure that whenever we were making deliveries.
That is true.
Pizza delivery.
I will allow that. That's a good enough reasoning. So yeah, you probably have a police scanner, but what do you want to do with it?
I want to call in a false report to lure the current people away from the crime scene for a period of time. That there has been a spotting of a suspicious person possibly connected to the massacre.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, we could do that. There's a couple of things that need to go through here if you want this to succeed, so we'll see how good your skill roll is. So, why don't you roll me persuasion for sure? Persuasion and manipulation. That sounds right.
Persuasion.
And then if you have like a quip or a trademark or trope or something you want to use to make this work, you can go ahead and add that to it. Because I'm going to say this one needs 3 or 4 successes. Probably 3. I think 3 is a pretty high number.
You said
Oh, which ones to pick? It was persuasion and manipulation.
which I have. And you asked if
If you want to use a trademark, a quip, or a trope during this. Trademarks are one-time use during the whole thing. Same thing with tropes. Quips you could just say, and if it's funny, it works.
I don't think I had a 4th trademark that I randomly
Oh yeah, that's right.
that I was like, hey, can I just have one organically? And
It was
I
a
would-
wild trademark.
It was. And so we'll say, can I have
Well-
a trademark of a classic bullshitter?
Is that one of the thingies?
Trademarks?
Oh wait, no, you just make those up yourself. Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I'll
that's
say that,
what-
and
yeah.
it works for persuasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. So give yourself an extra dice, and then that's the one time you can use that trademark, but it works
Oh, God.
perfectly for this scene.
I forgot to mention I also have a cat in the van.
Meow. Wait. Oh, I'm looking at this wrong. There we go. It showed James's last roll. I was like, you rolled a 58?
Yeah.
It says,
Okay, so you got
Yeah.
it says,
okay, so you got a messy failure because you rolled a 1 and you didn't get the 3 successes you need. So
Oh,
go ahead
nice.
and talk to these to the dispatcher. 911.
No, I was going through the scanner, so I'm not calling anybody. I'm actually making myself sound like the dispatcher.
Oh, okay. Yes.
We have a possible sighting of a suspicious persons that may be in connection with the massacre over on Route 73. We're requesting all officers to come.
No need for that. We can just get the closest guy to Route 73 on it.
You don't want to send anybody who's involved, connected, that may have better insight?
No. Billy's got it. Yeah, I got it.
Right. And she'll just stop. She'll be like, well, fuck, that didn't work. Usually it does, but I guess
Route
it didn't.
73 is way too far away. It was way so there was definitely a guy that was closer than these two.
Thesaurus is going to leave the van and just start walking to the crime scene.
I'll
Oh
follow.
my god.
I'm also, yeah.
Hey, whoa! Wow! Hey, whoa! Are you just walking straight up or are you sneaking?
Yeah. No, I'm walking.
Oh,
Hey,
Yeah,
who's guy?
I'm like meeting
Hey, oi,
up
oi,
Thesaurus and
oi.
trying to go like the same pace, trying to match. What does Thesaurus look like?
Thesaurus
to
has
this, like,
nicely
adultish
combed
person?
brown hair. He is kind of average height, kind of a lean build, wears glasses.
Hey, you can't just
Nice.
walk up here. This is crime scene. Hey, what the fuck?
Yes, we are here to help and aid the police force in their investigation. We are adjunct detectives.
Hey, you Johnny Law students?
Can I?
Smell like them. What's
I have a trope here called "Of course, officer." Authorities respect my logic, fair judgment, and trust you will help avoid panic. Once per session, I can play to their convictions and shift their attitude towards us up by 1. I'm gonna go ahead and cash that in, I think.
I have a trademark I
yep.
want to use too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, both of yous. Or who wants to use what? Or do you want one of you to save yours? Or
You go ahead. If it
Okay.
turns bad, I'll use mine.
Yeah, mine is just sound like you're in charge, and because I often speak so highly of my own abilities, sometimes people just listen to me because of my compliments, and it's a command. You have a bonus too.
it ups command. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, the chief of police said that the Johnny Law students ain't around. They ain't allowed around here. Why don't you kindly fuck off?
Well, the chief isn't here right now, and we know your lead list is perhaps not as specific as it could be, so we are here to case the crime scene and help you, aid you to do your job better.
And why don't you roll me command, because you said you wanted to, and you're going to give yourself an extra dice for this one.
Yeah.
Command plus, it's either manipulation or presence. Which one would you like?
How do I add a dice to, by the way? It is...
It'll be the last option that pops up after you pick.
Yeah,
your-
I think it'll
your
just
two.
be like last option.
It'll be
It says,
extra
how many
dice
do you
question
want?
mark. Yeah.
Hold on. Scroll down. Okay. I am better at manipulation.
Let's go with that.
Okay. Command. Manipulation. And then 1 extra dice.
Oh,
Wow. 2 successes, but 1 was so it's like a half success. Hey, yeah, we got eyes on you, but you're allowed to look around if you want. Yeah, I don't think the chief's gonna like this.
That's all right. We can. It's always better to ask for forgiveness than permission. So
Yeah, we're gonna hit the radio it in though. So
That's fine.
I'm gonna walk over to my car, which is a lot. It's all over there. It's gonna take me a little bit to get there, but I'm gonna radio. As you know, my buddy over here, Jake, he knows I'm a very slow walker. So I'm gonna radio in that you guys are helping me. Then you just hang out with Jake here. and I'll get back to you after the chief knows you're here.
Could I sabotage the antenna on the way up?
I was about to say, I was not being subtle about Jake's just like, hey, there's a knife over there.
Oh, thank you. I'd love to take a look.
There's a knife over there. But I definitely cut something on the way up.
Yeah, it cuts to everybody else. So right now what we have is Thesaurus and Ashen just walked up like they're in command and are distracting the police. Well, they have one police officer's full attention. The other one is slow. He's such a slow walker, but he's walking over to his car. And I guess everybody who's not Ashen and Thesaurus don't know why this guy's walking to his car, but he's looking at the car. Everybody else, as far as I know, you're just kind of by your car, which is out of sight of the police officer at this moment.
Yeah, I wanted to go up with Thesaurus and Ashen too. So.
Okay, so you're with them then. And then
Just
Willow,
the burnout in me.
And the cat.
And the
And the
cat.
No.
And Buddy.
And Buddy. Who's Buddy?
Buddy.
Buddy Law.
Buddy is the cat.
Buddy's the cat.
Yeah,
The cat
Yeah, it
just
looks like
randomly
a-
says,
The cat's
It
the
looks
one
like a
that's
man.
yeah.
Yep.
No, the cat's the one that keeps telling you lost stuff.
exactly. Legally,
That's the weed demon.
just the weed demon.
It's- It's one of those. The cat actually like wears one of those like little like collars that have, like,
ties.
a tie on it.
Meow.
It's sophisticated.
Sophisticated.
Oh.
So we have 3 people over
Perfect.
by the one cop, and then 2 people. Willow and Reggie, were you still by the van, out of sight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the situation that we're at. We'll give it to Willow and Reggie at this moment then.
Wait, does that mean if he calls, then I'll hear it on the scanner?
Probably yes.
Does that mean I can fuck with it on the scanner?
Maybe, but if you do that on the scanner, everyone at the police department will know about it, so it might not be to your best interests. But you could. You just need probably high successes to to pull it off.
Which
You know what-
obviously I'm not capable of at all.
It's scary. It's scary to get more than 2.
Yeah, I was like, I had 3 dice.
You know what might work?
I only got 2.
You know, you don't have to respond. Just a lot of signal noise feedback. Just blast their eardrums out every time they try to talk.
Just make it like, yeah, like I could make that sound like technical interference. Yeah, we can do that. Just like just like signal problems. I mean, we're out in the middle of nowhere anyways, so yeah, I could do that. And I'll try to.
You want to mess
Just-
with the...
Yeah.
Let's say you need to roll technology plus... this seems like a... We'll say cunning. Technology plus cunning. And if you have any trademarks or anything like that, go ahead and throw them in.
I don't.
I forgot about the legal beagle law office and doggy day.
Yeah, I was like, don't you dare forget about my origins.
So I think that's only 2
How
dice.
dare you.
So I got 1 success.
So you got a success, but you also got a failure, so it's like a botched nothing. So it's like you just kind of like, but the guy hasn't made it to the thing yet. So this is kind of preemptive. So you occasionally hear on the, we're getting some stuff. You say that again. Say it again.
Yeah, I'd like a Big Mac.
A large
a-
fry.
A diet.
The interference got in a weird direction. You want to try that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, pull up this first one now.
Right, $4.95.
Reggie gets ready to actually
Please,
start driving up to the
this is
top
police-
window.
This is a police station. Please stop. Please stop.
Please stop. Please stop.
We'll cut back to Thesaurus and Ashen and Steve. You are being chaperoned, babysat by Jake, the police officer.
Is
he did
Jake
mention
letting us walk around?
He is watching you like a hawk. That's a
But
thing
he
that
also
watches
went, the
people.
knife is over there.
But not stopping us from walking around.
He might in certain situations. It depends on what you want to do. He did point out that he said he found a knife.
Because Ashen wants to walk around, yeah.
What would?
Let's see this nice knife, Jake. Please, give us the grand
Follow
tour.
me. Follow me, all three of you. Come. Hip, 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 hip. Come on. Come here. Come. He leads you kind of to a bush, and he is making sure he can see all three of you at all times. He leads you over to these bushes, and he goes right there. And there is some sort of knife laying on the ground. If anybody wants to roll anything, they obviously can.
I would love to.
What would you like to do about this knife?
I would like to examine it as it is a useful clue.
I will say this is just a 1 success that you would need. So roll me an integrity. That seems right. Integrity plus intellect to see what you know about this knife and what you can learn from it. And if you have obviously any, again, trademarks, quips, or tropes that you want to throw at this, you can.
Okay. You said that it was integrity and intellect?
Yes.
Okay, great. Cool.
You rolled. Okay, so you got 2 successes and you got 1 miss success. So all that means is that you got more successes than failures, so you're fine actually. Or for what you need for this thing. So it's kind of like the oops, you rolled 1 or more ones kind of negates success and stuff like that. So if you have more, if it tapers out in a weird way, it gets you're fine. So you look at this knife on the floor and you notice it's not a normal knife. Like it's not like a butcher knife or a machete or like a stabbing knife, you know, the kind that killers usually buy at the killing store to stab people with. It's not it seems more like a knife that you would see in like kind of a hospital for
like a scalpel?
Not a scalpel, more like a kind of like a bone saw in a way. Or like a knife used for essentially, it's like a big scalpel almost, like the kind that they would use to kind of saw through bones a little bit, or like get through the tougher tendons or something like that. So it is like a hefty, you can kill somebody with this knife because the scalpel is just like way too small. But like it is a decently sized knife, but it's more of hospital grade than it is like cooking or, you know, anything like that.
Who brought the Polaroid camera?
Yeah, do you got a Polaroid? Do you have one of those? Do you remember the ones that they're like this? They're like shaped like a cylinder and you take it and you slide it out the side? Yeah, I had one that was black and blue Backstreet Boys themed. And it's just because I liked the colors black and blue. I didn't realize it was a Backstreet Boys thing, although I didn't mind the Backstreet Boys.
I was about to say, sure.
I didn't buy it for the Backstreet Boys. I bought it for the color because it was a cool color scheme. But I didn't mind. Backstreet's back. All right. But yes, that's what you learn about this knife.
I want to ask Officer Jake.
Yes.
So a lot of people didn't make it. Any survivors?
Not that we know of. If there are survivors, they haven't come forward.
Okay.
Obviously, we showed up. Everyone was already dead. They don't. If there were any survivors, they ran away. Well, before we got there, but after, you know, the killing. So there was a window where people can leave, and they chose to. And if they did, they didn't tell us they did that, which is very illegal of them, and they should come to the police.
Right, of course.
Any other murder weapons around that you, or suspected murder
Not
weapons?
that we found.
All right, well,
This
let's
literally the only thing we found. We also found Tony Riggs' head.
Oh dear.
That's mine now. So
well, keeping evidence, I think, is also illegal, though. They do teach us that in law school.
Mine is
Legally,
in,
that is correct.
mine is in the royal mine, as in the police's.
They're royal.
Okay.
That is the best statement I've ever heard. The royal mind. The collective we.
Yeah, you know.
All right. Well, let's take a look around. Source, would you like to take just a look around to try to find any murder weapons?
What do you think you're doing?
Well, I'm just taking. I mean, you can give us a tour if you'd like. I thought I would just, take a gander myself.
Yeah, you're coming with me. You're working with us per chief's orders. So
Yeah.
you're not allowed to just do whatever the fuck you want. You know.
Well, sure.
That's
Lead
illegal.
the way.
Yeah, okay. So Jake is going to attempt to start leading you in directions that don't seem to matter to the investigation. He brings you over to the car where Tyrone and Delilah were, and he's like, "They're dead." There's just blood everywhere. There's like a couple body parts and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, they're dead."
The source would like to see for like how the car was broken into, like signs of forced entry, any other clues he can gain from this.
Punched through. Looks like somebody just punched through, and they like pulled somebody out. Lots of strength in that. A lot of the things. Actually, yeah. You know what? Well, he's just gonna. You just asked. Good enough.
Was there blood on the glass? Were they punched through with a fist or a glove?
It looks like somebody. Imagine, this is a car. This is somebody's big hand. Goes, and he grab and he woof, pull whole body out.
Have you ruled out bears?
Bears.
The knife doesn't fit into that theory though, so it's probably not that. But yeah, all the violence we found is it seems like it's from a big strong guy.
Does there seem to be blood on the glass?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's blood everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not asking. I'm just. All right. When he start leading us to the next place, I would like to try to pocket some of the bloody glass.
Okay. I'm saying that in his voice, but I mean, yeah. Actually, you know what? Because he's watching you like a hawk. Roll me a larceny meets dexterity check. See if you can do it fast enough. Because he will kick you out if you fuck this up. I want you to do. This only needs one success because this seems kind of like a. You're not taking something huge. You're not taking the knife, for instance. You're just taking what you think is yeah.
I didn't do
zero successes and one.
Can I attempt to sing Thesaurus, like kind of subtly slide over? Can I attempt to distract Officer Jake at all to help in some way?
Absolutely. If you want, you can use that trope you were talking about too.
I think I'll hang on to that one.
That makes sense.
I feel like we're almost done here. But like, I don't know if I can, like, just ask him some stupid questions.
Yeah. You just want to distract.
Yeah.
Let's say roll me persuade, plus presence, and go ahead and give yourself an extra dice, because don't you have your archetype or origin or dark agenda or something like that is something about persuading people, right?
I crave acknowledgement, and I'm mysteriously from Canada. I think that's it.
It's because of your Canadian ways. You're
Canadian.
No.
You're just so
you just
nice.
need one success.
Okay.
Jake is kind of an idiot. He just needs to be distracted, and nobody has done that yet.
Did you say I have an extra die, or?
Go ahead and give yourself an extra die. I don't mind.
All right, I won't complain.
4 successes and only 1. Okay, you're fine. So he kind of is fully on you. What do you want to ask him?
When did he get here?
Well, me or the killer? If we knew when the killer got here, we wouldn't.
Well, you. Like when did the police get on the scene? You know how was this all discovered?
You talking about the police when they arrived in general, or like tonight when they got here? Because it's been like a whole day. We had a lunch break.
So while this is happening,
yeah.
I want to take advantage of this very distracted moment to kind of do what the source is doing, but slightly differently, and go into the place where he wasn't leading us and scope around for those hard to see clues.
Sounds good. Actually, both Thesaurus and Ashen, if you'd like to take advantage of this situation, you don't need any successes necessarily for this, but the amount of successes you get gives you more stuff. So both of you roll whatever you would think to roll for investigating a scene. And again, if you have any quits or whatever, you can do it.
Could Reggie and Willow possibly be doing like perimeter in the woods, not directly
You
on
could
the
do that,
crossing,
yeah.
to see if there's anything on the perimeter of stuff.
Yeah, I'll cut back to you both when we get Thesaurus and Ashen out of the way.
All good.
But yeah, that is something you can absolutely do.
I don't.
If you need a suggestion, I would say enigmas.
That's
And
what I was
cunning
gonna
is what I was going to go with.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Enigma
Cunning.
and cunning.
Yeah, that sounds right to me. Or intellect,
Yeah.
even.
I got a 10 and
I'm gonna use.
Ooh, so that's a super success because you only succeeded and got a 10. While you're rolling, I'll tell the source what he
I'm
got.
gonna use my lucky break.
It's
Sometimes
probably
the
a good
universe smiles upon you. Once per story, when you fail or botch a roll, you can change a detail about the scene as if you had seized directorial control.
If I would say save that because, like I said, you don't need any successes for this scene. It's just you get more if you have successes. That definitely sounds like something to get out of a murder.
You know, that's fair.
Probably save it.
That's fair. You know what?
You could use it right
That's
now for a
fair.
thing that didn't need any successes.
No. Oh, you know what I will do actually? Is I will use my unless my notes deceive me.
Okay.
Once per story, you can ask the director for a clue relating to a monster's activity, and they will provide you with that clue.
Sounds good. Okay, so let's go with let's go with Ashen first. So, what was that whole thing you just said about your skill? Unless my notes deceive me.
Yes, you can ask the director for a clue relating to a monster's activities, and they will provide you with that clue.
Okay, perfect. So, you're looking around the forest, kind of closer to where the knife is, because it seems like the police have really cased the Makeout Mountain area, where it's like this is where all the cars park and all the kids play and all that stuff like that. But like, they haven't really gone too much into the forest itself. So, what you find, you're like looking around with your flashlight and everything like that, and you find what looks like a broken radio device. Like it looks like a kind of like what's it called? Satellite thing, dish. Yeah,
dish, yeah.
and it's like broken and laying on the ground. When you look up, you see that there's like something in the tree that's kind of screwed in, and it looks like it was connected to that at one point, but it has fallen down. Because you used your trope, you would immediately know that this seems like a Maurice fucking thing. And you think you saw Maurice at the vigil, so if he was here, he survived. And it looks fairly new. It doesn't look like it's been there for weeks, and stuff like that. So there is, it seems like you might have somebody you can question on this who was there at the time. Because you found this thing on the floor, and like Maurice is still around and stuff like that. So that's good. Thesaurus,
Yes.
you're looking around, and you find there's like it's kind of like a off to the side. There's like a bloody bush that you look at, and you're just like, what is that? And you like push the bush out of the way, and it looks like there's drag marks leading down the mountain, and they lead right into the cemetery, Pinewood Cemetery, which is interesting because the guy who runs the cemetery, the gravekeeper, is that what they're actually called? It seems weird
Yeah.
when I'm not using it in the context of the crypt keeper. Doesn't seem right. He's just kind of a loner, like, and he's a lot of people don't really like being around him, and stuff like that because he's just kind of weird. But it seems like a trail of blood and footprints, like so, and some dragging leads directly to the graveyard. Interesting.
How distracted is Jake? Could I slide down to the graveyard?
So we arrived at no, it's too far away. Yeah, but you can, because of the vantage point, you could just see it leads
I
all the
see.
way there. You would actually physically have to drive there, unless if you want to hike for like
I see.
hours.
I would go
just-
meet back up with Thesaurus, by the way, and just like not saying anything, but would like show you my notepad that has like the written down broken radio, and then Maurice, and in 3 big giant like words, key eyewitness, and like with like 7 like scratch marks underneath it to highlight it.
Reggie
Thesaurus
and
has-
Willow. Oh, go ahead.
Thesaurus has his own notebook, and he shows you, and it's got like a crude drawing of the glass with blood on it, and he kind of shows you he has a piece in his pocket, and then he also has like a drawing of the graveyard and says like next next location.
Why did you both write your notes in crayon?
Shut up. That was cheaper than getting a pen.
Why are these on the back of a Denny's menu?
And you could
Shut
constantly
up.
swap out colors to make it fun.
I just want to have a little fun and whimsy in my life. Fuck off.
Jeez.
Stop. Law is really stressful.
We pan over to Willow and Reggie still in the van. As we're panning over, we see the other police officer. Oh, okay, I'll get there. Still walking.
Oh my god.
As Willow and Reggie are in the car. Would you like to do the same thing that they just did, where you just roll those things and see if you find anything?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I mean, I don't want to speak for Reggie. I know Willow would like to. I was like, Reggie, you want to case like the perimeter unseen, see if maybe there's like any weird footprints or cigarette butts or something.
Oh, maybe there's still more burritos.
I don't know if those would really be good to eat right now, my dude.
We'll find out.
Okay, you know what? Botulism. Let's go. And just kind of trying to remain hidden and just walk a circle
Buddy,
around.
shout if anything comes near the van.
No.
Perfect.
So you're both investigating the. Are you
Yeah.
splitting up and going?
Yeah, go separate ways, and then
Of course, that's the best way to do this.
100%. Always.
I want you both
Never
to roll the same thing. Then you don't need any successes for this. It's just the more successes you get, the more something happens.
enigmas and cunning. Is that what you said?
Yeah, enigmas and cunning or intellect.
They're both the same.
Or I will also give you the option to use survival because you're using the woods.
Yeah, survival.
So enigmas or survival and cunning or intellect.
Oh, survival and intellect.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. 2 successes, nice, and nothing bad. 1 success is nice and nothing bad. So
Yeah.
we'll say Willow's walking along, trudging through the forest, like stepping over some stuff, and then you see
With
a
my glow
discarded.
stick.
Yeah, it's very obvious. You see a discarded, what's it called? Burrito on the ground. Its contents have been sucked out.
Stuck
Horrifically.
dry.
And then something drips onto the burrito. It's wet, red. You look up, and like high in the tree, Billy Burrito with that spear in his mouth is like pinned to the tree.
And that was
He's
Willow
dead.
found
I
this?
wanted to make a joke about him saying something, but
Is there anything on him outside of obviously the spear that possibly could be collected and examined?
not really. But the fact that he's so high up, and like seemingly thrown up there, implies that someone with great strength put him up there.
Okay. But there's nothing like there's no I'm going super CSI. There's no like scrapings or anything that I can test.
No,
later.
you would know that this is Billy's dead body.
Oh, I was looking for evidence on like, is there like a broken nail from?
Oh,
The
from
beach.
the potential killer.
Yeah.
From the
no,
bear.
from the bear. It's
The
big bear. Big
the
bear
bag of
marks
rocks,
on him.
actually.
There's a bear eating him. Oh, eat bear meat now.
Can I have a Polaroid camera?
Yeah, I mean, if you have a
Yeah.
Polaroid, you can absolutely make a giant flash go off in the middle of the woods.
I'm gonna look around just in case to see if there's anything else before I take this picture and fucking bolt.
Grizzly. You run back towards the van. And then finally,
Everybody sees it, just flashes throughout the whole thing.
let's see. Finally,
I'll grab the burrito for Reggie.
I was confused if it was after night, and then I realized that would be when you hold a candlelight vigil, huh?
That was
You do it at high
Light
noon.
vigil.
High noon, as Barry Burrito would have wanted. It's Billy, but you know, whatever.
Barry Burrito.
Barry, his brother.
I want us never to use the same name. We're just going to continue. Just see how
Bernard
many.
Burrito.
Mr.
just-
Burrito.
Just one identifying factor for each character so we know which one it is, but it's never the same first name.
Reggie, you're looking through the woods and you find what looks like a piece of a Letterman jacket.
Ooh.
Could be something, could be nothing. Who knows?
Is it the letter?
It's let's see, do I wanna Yes, it is a letter. It's the letter. It got ripped off the back somehow. It is the letter C.
Oh.
I pulled that out of my ass.
You had only, what, 20, however many letters are in the alphabet?
Could have
C.
pulled
7.
27.
Reggie's gonna look at me like C for cookie.
C for killer.
26. Sorry.
I was going to say 24, so we're doing great.
I was one off.
The one cop is almost back to the van or to his car when all of a sudden you see a bunch of blue lights coming up the path.
Circle the wagons! Circle the wagons! Woo!
Buddy, you're supposed to warn me.
No.
We'll try to signal Steve, Thesaurus, and Ashen though too.
So, all right, real quick, how do trademarks work? What do they do?
Trademarks are just, you can choose to use one whenever you want. You can only use it once per game.
And then what
And
does
they-
it provide?
Oh, if you press the more, they should have a skill or attribute they're attached to. You just get an extra dice for doing that thing.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, the police are starting to come up the trail, which seems to be the only exit out of here. And then you see the two police officers are with you. Their radios kind of go off, and they're just like, "Don't let them out." Anyway, we arrived like, so the call came in probably around like, oh, midnight.
Who discovered it?
He's still trying to describe when the police showed up.
As I
The
kind
other
of
guy-
start backing towards the van. Really, when was it all discovered anyway?
It was all discovered. It was all discovered at like 2 a.m. I remember because I was watching a rerun of.
Wow. Well, I think we got everything we came for.
Lost in his thoughts, and the other guy that's like,
Ashen's like,
didn't make it to the
is like
car during the
walking
whole
and then
time.
just like cheerily waves at the two police officers, but just stays walking.
And the police do circle you, because they see the
They
van.
don't know where the
There's nowhere to
van
really
is.
Park it.
They
And
don't
it's
know
like we
what
do
a
a slow
van
zoom
is.
out as we see a guy get out of the car. He's like, "You aren't going anywhere." And we smash cut. If we want to take a break really quick, actually, we can go ahead and do that because it's been a bit. But we smash cut to the police station. You're all being questioned.
Well, shit.
That's where we'll come back in a moment. Go ahead and take a break. We cut back to it's the next day now. We're at the police station, the Pinewood police station. Unfortunately, Maria had to go do another game, so now we have to write Maria's character out. So what happened was
She got murdered.
not Maria. The Ashen left. It's a
Oh.
good name. No, Ashen. Essentially, you all got caught by the police. You're being questioned by the police. They're wondering why you were there. You're in a room currently with the chief of police. What's his face? Barney Wilberforce. He's a big, strong man. Now that you're kind of in the same room with him, he's a big, strong man. Like big. He's very handsome. And he's older. He's probably maybe in his like 40s or something like that. Older as opposed to you all, not that old. Yeah, because you're college students, so you're probably like 20s, mid-20s, and stuff like that. He's questioning you all, but basically Ashen kind of fell on the sword a little bit. Ashen first handed off all of his notes to Thesaurus in secret as he was falling on the sword. And Ashen and the police essentially were like, "Oh, if you're so smart, why don't you solve the case?" So now Ashen is literally working directly at the police department with the police on the case and everything like that. And he's kind of like your liaison that you can call if there's ever like something you need to find out, or if they found out anything else, you can do that and stuff. But Ashen has kind of been taken away to be debriefed and like talked to and stuff by the other police officers. While you all are being questioned by Barney.
Here
like,
would
what
be
were you all doing there?
the point where I would like to invoke, of course, officer to increase their what's the word? Attitude towards me and my associates. By one.
So you can solve a murder. I mean, you're doing a pretty good job. You're doing such a good job that we actually we hired Ashen on to solve the case with us. But what were you doing there? What were you doing snooping around?
Just it's called Makeout Mountain for a reason, right? Rusty?
Oh, you're making out at a crime scene, huh? Making out at a crime scene full of body parts, blood, and knives and shit. Yeah, that sounds like a real romantic thing.
Listen,
Yeah.
don't kink shame people.
I just find it highly unbelievable, and I'm legally allowed to say that. So,
Better question. What were you doing on Makeout Mountain?
Yeah,
Mm.
that's suspect.
I was called to the scene by an anonymous tip that said there are people at the crime scene, which I specifically said no Johnny Law students go to the crime scene. But then I heard from an anonymous tip,
Oh, I'm not
Johnny
a
Law
student.
students at the crime scene.
So-
Explicitly what I told them not to do.
So you like anonymous tips at Makeout Mountain?
Yes! He does not catch it.
Now, before we answer any more of your questions, I have to say, I don't see any reason why we should before our attorneys are present.
That's fair, that's your legal. You would do that off the top of your buddy in the corner. Legally, that's true. Get that cat out of here!
No, that's my lawyer.
You know, I mean, if this is just us helping each other out and not like an interrogation or, you know, questioning or anything, that's totally different. We'd be happy to help out.
Yeah, but the evidence you've found is clearly suspect now that you're in trouble.
Are we in trouble?
Yeah, I mean, I caught you.
Oh, well, then we're going to
Doing
need some
what?
attorneys.
We caught you stupid. You were out after curfew, going in a place you weren't. The one place we specifically said it's one thing to be out after curfew. It is another thing to be out specifically in a place where the police told you not to be.
Yes, but we're over the age of 18, and
There is a killer killing.
Did you say
law
something
student.
about it's illegal to impose a curfew without any notice?
We did a radio.
But we were already.
But it was
we were
already after dark.
We were already there. We were already there. So you
Yeah,
can't.
we were on our way out.
Additionally, we were escorted by the police on the scene. Jake let us in. We were allowed to be there.
Yeah, Jake lets just about anybody in.
That's something you should
that
be
sounds like an
taking up with
internal
him, though.
affairs issue.
That's
We
it
need an internal
is.
affairs.
Legally, it's terrible. We need to fire. Bad
Also,
guy.
are these really necessary? And just like gestures to the handcuffs. What are we
Nah,
gonna
that's
do?
just for fun.
Yeah, why did you all?
And you're the one who
only
was
with
kink
them.
shaming us earlier.
What
Seriously?
you really want with them? Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was fun. But yeah, I don't want to see a group of handsome and intelligent people at my crime scene ever again. Okay? When
You
we
think
tell
I'm
you to-
handsome?
legally, I can't
That's so
detain you.
nice.
Legally, you are not arrested. We're just disappointed.
Oh, that didn't
Just to
work
be
for my
clear.
parents. It's not going to work for you.
Only ugly, stupid people are allowed to investigate the crime scene.
Exactly, but
bird.
Billy Burrito's already dead, and so is Tony Rape. So now, and they're staying there forever at that crime scene. You know what I mean? Dead. So I want you out of my office.
I think making
Out
fun
of
of
the
the
police
dead is
station.
very uncouth.
Okay, bye.
Stop solving the case.
Can I have the key for these for later?
What?
Can
No,
I,
no, those
can I
are
keep
already-
these?
no, those are legal property. We need to take those back.
You told me to leave.
Legally, I did tell you the wrong order in which to do those things, so I guess legally you do have right to them in this
Correct.
world.
No, can I have the
Legally.
key?
No,
I'll just take care of it
legally
myself.
that's my
and
right because of the order.
Can I just take a paper clip
and
and just pick it myself
Yeah,
Just
he doesn't
take-
stop.
and take them with me?
Yeah.
Reggie has spares of the keys.
Oh, 100%. Fantastic.
Don't
Well, these are
say
mine
that
now.
out loud.
Definitely take
Come on, buddy.
Wow. This cat looks like it's just. Meow.
This is Buddy now.
This is. Why is Buddy a dog now?
Just-
We changed the actor.
Yep.
Between cuts.
Depends on
But
which
yeah,
strain
he
you're
rushes
smoking.
you out of the police station, seemingly not wanting any of your information.
Oh.
Reggie, can I have that key now?
Oh yeah, here you go. I just like. There's just a box of handcuffs and keys. Here you go.
You have a... We're gonna have to have a discussion.
Legally, he doesn't have to answer any of your questions.
That's true. That's true. That's true. I'm definitely gonna keep the handcuffs and the key though on me. I feel like these would come in handy for
They
something.
literally just leave these lying around.
What do you mean?
I'm pretty sure Jake just like thinks that they're one-time use keys, so he like will unlock it and throw them.
I can't.
You are now standing outside of the police station, free.
Everyone slowly
Um,
realizes why Reggie has never actually been arrested.
We'll be back, police.
Slippery.
But
Yeah.
I have Willow. I did take a piece of bloody glass from the crime scene. I thought maybe perhaps with your forensic expertise we could be able to discern if it's from a victim or from a killer.
Did we get the knife?
I didn't take the knife.
You don't
I saw the
necessarily
knife.
need to take the knife, but you do have a note of it.
Oh, I was just like, wait, I have this, and hands them the.
Thesaurus, are you asking me out on a date to look at some bloody glass?
I think it would be that would be a great evening, I guess, to way to spend an evening. That's what a date means.
Here, look at this. It's for.
So we're flirting already. Look, I saw. Look, it's happening. Look.
What is it?
It's the letter.
It's a C off the Letterman's jacket.
Oh.
Off
Ooh.
A Letterman's jacket.
Mm.
Well, I feel like this calls for a lab.
Cookies.
Also cookies.
We want to have a montage scene of lab studies and stuff like that. You can all
And
roll whatever
Reggie's
you
just
want.
like on a stool in the lab eating cookies.
100%.
Just all these important things, and just every so often, occasionally montage.
I
As is-
definitely just open up a drawer
than one shot
that
of
just
it.
has snacks in it.
The snacks just
chemistry
keep going
lab.
down in the background.
Oh man, Reggie snacks.
Reggie snacks.
Reggie snacks. Is it like Scooby snacks?
Yeah.
Yeah, precise. Meow. Buddy snacks.
I give Buddy some catnip.
Yes. Yes. All right. So this part is kind of a more open world moment. So you can go around Pinewood. You have a couple leads you can follow. You can obviously also go to like the Johnny Law student forensics lab if you want to like do that. Because of course they have one of the. I'm thinking of it. I went to an art school for college, and I'm pretty sure it's identical. So you'll have like a homework room where you could do forensics in.
100%. I mean, if it's
Gotta
a
be
law
that.
school, there's a
Yeah.
chem lab, and in that chem lab, there's everything you need. There's a mass spectrometer. There's a microscope.
Hadron Collider.
Definitely not a hydrogen lighter.
Gotta use Johnny Law Community College
Also
Hadron Collider.
has
It is well funded despite everything.
experimental black matter studies.
Just don't touch the black hole machine without the lab's permission.
We don't even
but yeah,
have
you
a
can-
physics major.
As far as other things that you could do, like, if you need ideas, I can tell you. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way.
I'd also like to go to the graveyard at some point. There was drag marks leading there.
Ooh, should we
Before or
get that
after?
before the chem lab then? Maybe we have more evidence we can do. We can just,
Do science too, yes.
yeah.
Do you think Steve, Reggie?
Do you
Oh,
want to
yeah.
list
No, I'm-
people you can talk to as well, or
We should probably also talk to the coroner.
there you go. That guy's name was Clarence Rudiger.
Yes. I have like 7 million index cards because I didn't go and just try and get a piece of paper. So I just have 8 index cards. I'm like, which one did I write it down on?
I will admit, the body pinned to the tree does put my bears theory a little bit on shaky ground.
Except for the fact that I don't believe that bears can use
Tools?
weapons. They lack opposable thumbs.
Bears are strong, though.
They are very strong, you would be correct, but I don't think they are precision stabbing machines.
Right. I'm saying my theory I now accept is on shaky ground with.
You know,
Oh, I
It's all
understand.
that.
I thought you were saying that your bear
Steve, you should
theory
go
was
interrogate one.
interrogate a bear.
Yeah,
Barrigate.
interrogate.
Begin the
But he pipes
interrogation.
up only to Reggie. But he pipes up only to Reggie. Why don't you ask questions about what you have found? Maybe it will lead you down the rabbit hole to success.
Buddy, stop. Here's more
Shut
catnip.
the fuck up.
Here's more catnip.
Meow.
Buddy's my favorite.
Not that you have to do that. I just liked that you were talking about it. And I was like, oh, you're probably coming up with some things to do. That way.
The knife also seems pretty unique. That might be something that we can track down. Also, did we get a look at the spear?
I have a picture, and I will pull out the Polaroid and go, and I'll hand it. The one that was sticking
Oh,
through
gross.
Billy.
Well,
The one that was sticking through Billy Burrito, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skewered, some might say.
if the knife
You-
was that fancy, wouldn't the coroner also know where it could have come from?
The knife, did you say? Or
Yeah, it's-
Yeah.
was it like hospital?
I was thinking that too, Reggie.
seems like a person you can ask about things like that.
Yeah.
Careful,
And you
Reggie.
know-
We're gonna start thinking you're a lot smarter than you're leading us on to be.
Well, I love hospital grade things.
Touche,
I love
Touche.
weapons grade things.
buddy.
Legally, I have to just think that I don't use them.
I throw like one of those crinkle balls at him.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only thing that's saving us from utter doom. Is just its ability to be easily distracted by shiny objects.
It's only smart right now because it's high.
Oh God.
Tell me about this spear in the picture.
If you want, you can roll.
Oh no.
Let's say, seems like enigmas plus intellect.
Well, that's no good. What else you got?
And- Try again.
Try again.
Oh shit! Oh, sorry. Even 0 successes might be fine. Okay, cool. You didn't get any fails. Let's put it that way. It doesn't look like a spear. Like it's not like a caveman spear. It looks more like a fence post, like a metal like fence post kind of thing.
Like thick?
Yeah.
Oh, like a pipe?
Nah, more like a fence post.
like a fancy
Fucking
iron
listen to me,
fence,
okay?
like might be around a graveyard.
Yeah, like one of those.
Maybe.
Ooh. All right, we're digging this graveyard thing.
And just for clarity, was he pinned to the tree with the burrito still in his mouth?
No, it
No,
was
the
on the
burrito
floor.
had fallen out. But
Ah.
the burrito, now, normally, yes, but because of the timing and the sogginess of the tortilla by that point, the tortilla had fallen off, and that's what Willow found in the forest.
but it had been sucked clean.
Because it had been sucked clean, so there's not enough stability inside of the tortilla. I fucking love this.
And that's the burrito that we saved for Reggie.
Yeah, I did bring it with me, 100%.
Yeah, you can use it as some sort of pocket.
Yep.
You
can use it to smuggle more weed. No one wants to look in a nasty old ass tortilla shell.
Soggy burrito covered in blood. Yeah, no.
I'm actually just gonna slap somebody with it.
Now, the other thing, though, Ashen also, because Ashen gave all of his information to all of you, is that Maurice angle, too.
Yes, I was aware of that as well.
Maurice, right.
Yes, I think Graveyard and Maurice sound like my two top locations next. Personally.
Sounds good to me.
I like that. Do we hit Maurice first and then the Graveyard? Or
yeah, I think that sounds... I think Maurice first.
Okay.
Or do we just get Maurice and take him with us to the Graveyard, and we kill 2 birds with 1 Maurice?
Wait, we're killing Maurice in the graveyard?
No, we're killing 2
Legally,
birds.
you can't say that.
Oh shit, you're right, buddy.
Well, legally, you can, as your First Amendment right to freedom of speech. It's kind of mixed. It's a tough
Actually,
legally.
making threats is not protected under First Amendment.
Yeah.
I learned that in my American government class.
I'm glad we're all law students.
Is everything within walking distance, like the police station, Johnny Law?
It's a small enough town that you could, or you could just drive there in one of
I
your
was like,
cars.
Reggie's got his van.
I was gonna say the Reggie van. Do you want to call it something? Do you want to give it a name? Like you called it the Mystery Mobile or whatever? You want to give it a nickname?
It's the
man.
free Shavakadu.
The Free Shavakadu. Free Shavakadu.
It's called the Buddy Bus.
The Buddy Bus.
Ooh, better.
Yes, the Buddy
Better.
Bus is on the move.
Buddy Bus.
So,
Sweet.
in order to find Maurice, you think to check the mall, which is
you
called the Three Trees Mall. It has an arcade in it. Everyone likes to go there on weekends, which is now, because that was Friday when the killing happened. Now it's Saturday. And so it's like about midday. You're a little tired. You got some sleeps in the cell at night, but it's sleeping in the cell. They ain't always fun. But you're on the case. You're on the fucking prowl, man. You gotta solve a goddamn murder, a bunch of them all at once. That's what they call a massacre, baby.
Are we just gonna kidnap Maurice and just book it, or do we have a good relationship with Maurice?
Everybody kind of knows Maurice. Everybody likes to pick on Maurice.
Well,
What's he doing in a law school? I'm gonna have to figure that out on the fly.
let's talk to Maurice in the mall. If things go sour, then we'll take him to the van and.
Yeah, just lure Maurice to the van with some candy. It's totally not weird.
Don't worry, I've got the handcuffs.
So you're going into the Three Trees Mall thinking Maurice might be in there?
Yes.
It's the best lead. You go to Three Trees Mall. It's kind of like a nice mall. It's got like it's 2 floors. It's got a big fountain and then escalators and stuff like that. Typical mall fare of what you would know. The arcade is off to the side. It's kind of like an older arcade, like stuff from the 80s and everything like that, which isn't that far away considering this is the 2000s. It was only 20 years ago.
It's on Aladdin's castle.
I don't think that's right math, but that's fine. Maybe 30 years ago. What's it? No, it was 20. It was 20. I should not get caught up on this. I've had a lot of Mountain Dew. So you go into the mall, and the first person you see, you almost bump into them as you're like walking in, is fucking Tori Barnes. She's like, oh, hey, it's the losers, but you're not losers anymore. Actually, you're kind of talk of the town lately, you bag of vagabonds.
Do you even know what that word means?
Legally, it means that you're up to no good in the neighborhood. Heard you did that thing I said you weren't gonna do, which made you pretty cool. Bet you all think you're pretty cool, huh?
I've always
No, overall, yeah. I mean, not much more cool than normal, but
I find that it's not really worth spending my brain power on the concept.
That's pretty fucking cool. You know what? You guys are pretty cool. I'm having a party tonight. If you want to come, legally you have to. So,
I thought it was
but
supposed
yeah,
to be Tony Rave's party. Did you take it over?
it's Tony Raventon. He was supposed to throw a party. We're throwing it's a memorial party for those who have died.
I told you that's what those sticks were for.
What?
Reggie, that was for Tony. Okay.
We're throwing it in Tony Raves' and Billy Burrito's memory, and then also everybody else who died, like Tyrone, that we all kind of forgot about, and Delisle.
Who?
And then I'm sure there was a couple other people in there. Chad, I think. Roden? I don't remember. He doesn't have a head anymore.
The pizza guy.
Choden. Chad Broden.
We're having a party, and you're invited. You better show up, because legally, as the coolest kids on the totem pole now, you have to be there.
Where
and when?
Yeah.
It's my house tonight.
Okay. Does she have like any bags on her that like she was like buying something that would tell us what theme the party is
holds
tonight
her-
or something?
Stop it.
No, I'm not trying to steal from her. I was trying to just see if like what store.
Oh, she bought anything?
Yeah.
No. Her entourage kind of has a couple of bags that they bought
Is
stuff,
this
but they're
like-
obviously holding them for Tori.
Is this like one of those parties? Like, do I need to bring like dip?
Yeah, you can bring dip.
Oh, okay. You like guacamole?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay.
I thought you were bringing tobacco dip, and that was gonna be like spearmint. I don't know.
That's not cool.
Hey, you see Maurice around?
Maurice? Why do you want to talk to that loser? You're cooler than him.
Well, yes, obviously. That's why we want to talk to him.
Professional interest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh my god.
He's over in the arcade.
All right, great. Thanks.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to try and get in Roger's pants. I'll see you all later.
Why do yours not fit?
Bye. Legally, I don't have to tell you.
Willow just high fives Reggie.
Yeah.
And Tori leaves with her entourage.
Oh,
To the arcades.
You enter the arcades. It's like an old, like I said before, it's an older arcade. A couple of the nerds are there. From John. I guess everybody's from Johnny Law. Although there's a couple of kids. I don't like. Maurice stands out because he's the oldest one there. Everyone else is like 14 and like playing games they shouldn't, like Mortal Kombat and stuff.
I literally lived in the arcade from like 93 to 2006. So.
Yeah, it's decent.
And it's always got a weird
however,
smell.
on the decline, unfortunately. There's an old couple that runs it. They've been running it for like 20 years or whatever. And they're behind the counter and everything. And Maurice is playing Pac-Man. I'm boring. Couldn't think of a better one.
Who's taking the lead? Who's going?
I'll talk to Marie.
Oh, good, Steve.
Oh,
no,
God.
Steve.
All right.
I'll play the Miss Pac-Man game next to him.
Reggie's gonna go
Miss
jump in and play some Cruising USA.
There it is.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Maurice
like-
is like flanked on both sides.
Are we pre-DDR?
No, right?
They think DDR's out. I want
Yeah,
to
I
say it
think
was
so.
out.
DDR was
Yeah.
definitely out.
I don't think it
Yeah,
was
'cause it was
as
on a
popular
PS1.
as it was in the 2005 era,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
early 2000s it came out at least. I don't think it got popular until like 2004 or something.
I'll come up behind Maurice.
We are absolutely super aware of that tie because that was like a giant part of our life.
Yeah. It would have been like freshman day 2004 is when we got, but it was out on PS1 too, so it did exist in the 90s.
It
but was-
existed, but it wasn't like
Yeah,
the biggest
popular.
thing ever.
Wasn't-
Like
yeah.
because I
I feel like
consider
the
it the biggest thing
machines
ever when
weren't there
Odyssey
yet.
Fun World had like a crowd for it kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
trigger
please
something there.
continue.
I really want to know. Hi,
Um,
buddy.
Yeah, I'll come up behind Maurice, maybe Thesaurus at my side, and I'll say, Maurice! And I'll put my sunglasses up on my head. I've been wearing them
Can't you
indoors.
tell I'm playing some Pac-Man over here?
Playing Pac-Man, huh?
Yep.
Kind of like how you were at Makeout Point during the incident.
He stops playing. And he's like, "Woo, woo, woo, woo." What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you
I
mean?
mean, exactly that. Like, why haven't you said anything?
But that's
the
where
police know?
everyone died. Nobody got out of there. No, I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
Oh, well, never mind then. I guess all the equipment that we grabbed and have in our van isn't yours.
What do you mean you grabbed a radar dish? There's no way. That would be wild.
It just looked expensive and like the kind of thing that.
How would you know what the equipment was?
Who the fuck?
I'm at the Miss Pac-Man game next to him.
Yeah, no, now he's realizing he's blanked on all sides. Wait, what do you,
Still not missing a
I
beat,
just made
like,
a wild guess.
Killing it.
I guess.
I'm
I guess
just
no reason not to scrap it for parts. Maybe sell it off then if it's not yours.
You should give it to the radio department at the where we talk about legal radio at Johnny Law School Community College. You should put it there.
Well, it had some initials on it. I think the first one was an M. So obviously it's not theirs.
It probably stands. It probably stands for mine.
It says, "If found, return to Maurice. Here's my number and my address."
Yeah, you probably shouldn't call those though. It could be any Maurice. Okay, fine. Okay, I was there. Yeah, was putting up my satellites so that I can read the aliens their Miranda rights.
Right, as one does.
Yeah, I mean, and we're.
But you know your jurisdiction will never extend that far.
Yeah, but just in case.
Right.
I hear one day. I bet one day we're gonna make a space force, and then we gotta arrest some aliens. That's what it's for. That is its purpose.
Well, you're right. Anyway.
That's it. That's all we got.
What happened?
Let's not talk here. Let's
yeah.
Let's go to a store nobody goes to. Nobody goes to. Let's get secret. Go somewhere where nobody goes to.
We're gonna got a hot topic.
No, people go there.
I know.
No, actually, during the 2000s, it was too scary. Let's go.
Yep. I loved going in Hot Topic.
Yeah, it was terrifying though.
Constantly.
Yeah. We're in the Hot Topic. Maurice is there.
Quick,
what do you want to know?
quick,
What do you want to know, Copper?
Question. Outside question. I have an outside question.
Uh-huh.
What happens if I did one of my aspirations? Anything? Is that not matter?
No, what did you do?
One of my aspirations was make everyone laugh, and you all laughed when I asked about getting in Roger's pants.
That's so sweet. Also, nothing happens. It's just something to guide your character. Although I'll probably give you a free dice for it.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's just they're there for like, okay, I want my character to have a goal, so that's what you kind of use it for.
Hell yeah.
That's so sweet and sad if you die. Maurice is backed into a corner in the gothic Hot Topic. There's a Jack Skellington t-shirt behind him. And then also a t-shirt on the wall that says, "Not until I've had my coffee."
I'm looking at the chokers.
Yeah. And then above that is another t-shirt that says, "The clowns made me do it."
You see Reggie dealing with the staff.
That's why we came here.
Soros, did you have any particular questions?
Yes, Maurice. So we established you were at the massacre. So give us your account, please. What happened?
Okay. I don't want anybody to know about this because I don't want them to know about that my endeavors with speaking to extraterrestrials, because everyone's gonna think it's weird. Spoiler: everyone knows about it, and everyone already thinks it's weird. But yes, you got me. I was at the massacre, and I managed to get away. I was installing a radar dish on a tree to, again, read the aliens their Miranda rights, and then I stayed up in the tree as a maniac just killed everybody down there, and I just hugged the tree and peed myself. I didn't have to tell you that part legally. Retract that from the record. I also shit myself. Also retract that from the record. And I and yeah, I just watched.
What did
So-
this killer look like?
What does he look
Does he look like?
Which I didn't get too good of a look at him because I was high up and it was kind of dark and everything, but he was a big guy. He wore like a Letterman jacket. That was easy to spot from my distance because it was like, you know, the asses, the football team, their Letterman jackets are like white in the center with the text on the back and the red sleeves. So the white stood out a lot until it was all red because he was just covered in blood. But that's probably the best I got. But yeah, big chiseled guy, very strong. He just ripped people out of their cars and like ripped them in half with his bare hands sometimes, and used a knife and cut people's heads off. Threw Billy Burrito like he was a goddamn Olympic torch up into the trees. It was insane. I thought he almost got me that time, but he just coincidence, I guess. But yeah, it's terrifying. It sucks. I'm messed up. I am so fucked up from it. I'm never gonna recover.
Did the Letterman jacket look like this? I'm gonna show him the C.
Yeah, that looks like a Letterman jacket. So yeah, all the Letterman jackets kind of look the same. So
Is it the same colors?
it's just, what do you want?
Do you like brownies?
Yeah.
Here, have a brownie.
Oh, is this
Feel
good
better.
cop, bad cop? Should I take this, or was one of you gonna punch me? Let me take it.
I can if you want me to.
No, maybe.
Legally, we can't spoil that part.
Legally, I can't. tell
If you guys are
what's in that
cops and you're
brownie.
gonna arrest me, you legally have to tell me.
Did you see?
I'm gonna tell you what's in the brownie.
Did you see where the murderer came from or went to?
Where
I
did
didn't
he
see
come
where
from?
came
Where did he
from.
go?
I didn't see where it came from, but I saw him leave. He just kind of went down the mountain, which is a pretty steep drop, but like you think he went towards the graveyard?
Keep wanting to be like, is he lying to us?
Do we know if was Tyrone's body found with his Letterman jacket on it?
Ooh,
Okay.
good question.
And you didn't see the face of this killer at all, or any sort of mask, or any
No,
sort of...
he was too far away. Oh, he did have a mask now that you mention it. His head didn't necessarily look human, if you know what I mean. But I couldn't really tell what it was from far away.
Was it like a horse?
Like a horse?
You said it wasn't human. Like what was it?
Kind of, now that it kind of reminds me, it's not quite a horse, not quite a pony, something kind of in between those things.
A donkey?
Yeah. Like a donkey.
What is the mascot of
You know
our
what?
school?
It's the
What?
asses.
What is its name, and what does he look like? What does he look like?
Donkey.
His name is Johnny Asses, and he's the donkey mascot of the Johnny Law School Asses Go Asses.
Wait,
I mean,
Who-
that's kind of what he looked like from far away. I don't think it was the mascot. I mean, because we don't have a mascot at the moment, but like,
Why? What'd you do to it?
Like,
Yeah, why
the
do we have a
old
mascot?
ass mascot. What?
What'd you do to the mascot?
Why don't we
Oh,
have a
I mean-
mascot?
You remember, don't you? I'm not going to tell you about it. I don't want to tell you about it. If you want to know about it, actually, maybe don't talk to the coroner because it was like his kid. But like,
Oh my
but,
god.
like the mascot, he got into a terrible car accident. Like he was he was the best mascot this side of Pennsylvania. Everybody knew Johnny Asses, best asses around.
The
I mean,
mascot
Johnny Asses
murdered.
was the name of the mascot. That's not the name of the guy. But I didn't know his name. But
The
he's
the mascot murders of
legendary.
'99.
We have a whole shrine for him at Johnny Law School, Community College. Go
is
Asses.
he like
Go
wearing
asses.
the mask while driving?
I don't know. I don't know that part. I just know he got into a car accident with his mom or whatever, and it's bad. It's bad.
We should never drive while impaired.
Yeah.
So we have a possible sighting of a masked person that suspiciously looks like mascot. the mascot.
Or is a donkey person. You don't
Or
know.
is a
Could be an
donkey person,
alien.
100%.
Could be what the aliens look like.
Haven't
And
And
the
I didn't get to read them their
mascot-
fucking rights.
And the
With
mascot
the Hot Topic pre-com.
Maybe it's like
was the
Pinocchio, the donkey.
was the coroner's son died in a car accident.
Yeah, but
And there was an interesting knife. Is anybody else picking up on what I'm putting down?
Pinocchio.
No, I think we go to the graveyard first, and then perhaps we go to speak to the coroner about these medical grade knives and dead sons.
Sounds
you mind if I
like
come
a-
with you? Those brownies put me out of my mind.
Okay, but you're gonna have to buy me some Sbarros on the way out.
Okay, can I
Ooh,
get that
yeah.
here?
Yeah.
Hot Topic.
You sure you don't want to go back to playing
We-
Mortal Kombat, Maurice?
We parked outside the food court, so we have to walk through the food court to get to the car anyway. So
Yeah, okay, we're gonna buy all of it.
yeah. A Cinnabon. Sassy, do you want anything? My treat.
Thank you. I'll have. Oh gosh, what's a good 90s?
You
Dippin'
should get
Dots?
You
some-
have like a different
Yes.
nickname every single
You should
time
get
people
some-
refer to you.
You could get some Auntie-Anne's.
Oh, I'll have an Auntie Anne's.
Ooh,
Uh,
Auntie Anne's. Do you want
salt
the cinnamon covered ones?
No,
or the
I want
salty-
the
I want
regular-
Sbarros. I want a slice of pizza with a pasta salad and a large soda.
Okay, well then you go get that, and I'll go get.
Can I get fries
Dusty.
with that? Where am I?
I don't think they have that at Sbarro's, but you can go. You can go from restaurant to restaurant.
How much? What did you put in that brownie?
Legally, I can't tell you.
Tell you that.
It's ketamine.
He just sits down on the ground. Oh,
Should we just leave him here and just
I'm hibernating.
okay? I'll
Good
give
job,
him.
bud. I'm just gonna pat him on that.
I think there's a horn growing out of my fork.
I think I have a candy bar on me, and I'll just put it in his hands, and I go, "Let's just back away really slowly.
Yeah.
Don't make any
Reese-
sudden movements.
You'll be fine in
Reese-
like 2 hours. It's okay.
You'll
You
be
go play-
fine tomorrow."
Oh no.
You go play Mortal Kombat. There's a new move where you can tear people in half with your bare hands. It's great.
Oh no.
Oh no! I will absolutely get some Annie Ann's pretzels on the way out, though.
Hell yeah, I had
I'll share
buckets the
them
other day.
with
had a goddamn bucket of aliens.
Sassy.
Thank you.
All right, you have left them all. Your current agendas are: you seem
Wait.
like you want to talk to the graveyard keeper, you seem like you want to talk to the coroner, and you have a party to go to tonight. You could probably do one of those things before the party.
Quick question.
Yes.
Did we pass a Cinnabon on the way out?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Our
I rest my
priorities
case.
are so straight. We know exactly what is important.
Did you pass the Cinnabon on the way out? Legally, you have to tell me.
Legally, you have to tell me. I feel like we have to go to the graveyard, especially if you saw
Is it-
the trail.
Is it night?
It's bedtime.
It'll be close. It'll be evening.
Oh, because it was following
yeah.
day.
Let's do. I think we should hit the graveyard. Well, we're less likely to get arrested. I mean,
Yeah.
Question again.
Well, I
Legally,
don't-
we haven't been arrested for the purposes of our future
It's-
resumes.
I mean, it's not weird to be in a graveyard during the day.
Yeah, we're just paying our respects.
Right.
There first.
There's nice. Oh wait, Maurice is gone. He's just
Yeah.
sitting there. It's nice meeting you.
Maurice.
Oh fuck.
You left him. Reggie, are you gonna drive? You had a little bit of that brownie. Do you need me to drive?
Nah, I'm always like this.
You know what? You're
Legalese,
right.
right?
Yep, you have a right.
Sometimes you have to break laws to make laws.
Hi, Maurice.
I'm the only one insured on this car.
You have insurance?
No, that's a lie. Legally, he has to tell you I'm also insured on this,
buddy.
buddy.
I mean, Buddy is on the lease.
So you're heading to the graveyard.
To the
Yes.
graveyard.
It is golden hour, and it's a beautiful autumn day. Were it not for all the killings, it'd be nice. You drive up to I'm going to give you all another scene ticket for that. So you have 4 points currently that you can use on cinematic powers if you find the need to do so or want to. But you make your way to the graveyard. It is a little graveyard. There's a house, kind of looks like a log cabin-esque kind of thing. In the graveyard, that's where the gravekeeper sleeps. He lives there, and he likes to be alone and doesn't like people. The graveyard is a graveyard. There's metal posts, much like the one that you saw impaled through Billy Burrito, that are the fence for the graveyard. And yeah, just rows and rows of different styles of gravestones and everything. Right now, you don't see anyone out.
Well, can we find the grave of Coroner's Kid?
Ooh.
Let's see.
Yes, you can. You know his last name is Rudiger, so with that knowledge, because that's a coroner's last name, with that knowledge at hand, why don't... are you all going to look for that, or does just Reggie want to know?
Thesaurus is going to look for just look for where the drag marks went and stuff.
I'm going to see if I can
Okay.
find the gravekeeper.
You want to find the gravekeeper? Okay, so the first thing I guess that's easy enough to do is what Reggie wants to do. So Reggie, why don't you roll me... let's go with enigmas and intellect. And then if you have any other things you want to tag onto that, obviously. You only need one success. You're not in any sort of danger or anything right here. Or maybe you are. Ooh. 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 Okay. So you negated any sort of ultra success on that. But yes, you find 2 tombstones with the last name Rudiger. One of them is Mary Rudiger, and the other one is Nikki Rudiger. The name Nikki Rudiger sounds familiar because that is the name of the legendary mascot who, Johnny Asses is the mascot. Nikki Rudiger is the guy inside of the mascot costume. So, Nikki Rudiger was the best goddamn mascot that Pennsylvania has ever seen, and so he won awards and everything like that. That name sounds super familiar. You remember there was something about his death that was kind of weird. Maurice told you it was a car accident with his mother, so Mary must be his mother. They are both...
And is the
there.
grave intact?
The grave for Nikki is disturbed.
Oh.
It looks like it's been there's just new dirt on it. Like, it's not like it's open and but there's like new dirt where it was. Or is, I guess. Where the old dirt was, new dirt was now.
So we can tell that something happened here.
Are there any other graves that look disturbed?
Yes. Actually, just asking that question's fine. You don't really need to roll for it. There's actually like 2 or 3 other ones that look fairly new. Some of them make sense because the date on it sounds like, okay, they were just buried there. But a couple of them are like, it's kind of old. That's weird. But yeah, there are a couple more that are disturbed as well.
What are the names on those?
Doesn't matter. I'm not making them up.
Got it.
Nice.
Just random then. I'll go
Don't
follow.
fuck yourself. They're all the tombstone, the gravestones are too weathered to tell.
I'll go trek over to Rusty then.
Okay, and then so the Saurus, if you're going to look for where the trail ends, go ahead and roll me. Same thing, enigmas and intellect or cunning. Or survival. I'll get either survival or enigmas or intellect or cunning.
I'm going to use enigmas and cunning because that is my best. 3 successes
Nice.
and 2 10s? And a 1.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine.
No, 2
you
10s,
only
2
need
1s.
1 success. What?
2 10s, 2 1s, I think.
2 10s, 2 1. Okay, so it's just a normal thing. You only need a 1 success. There's no real stunts that you could do here because you're just looking for something. But you find in the very corner, like, I guess you can say not necessarily north, but the northmost if you're looking at a drawing of it. northeastmost corner, there's like a fence bent over, and then one of the fence poles is missing, and then a trail that like leads up, and then you see that same trail leads down, and there's like 2 footprints, but then they just sort of disappear.
It seems maybe something originated from this graveyard and went up and then came back.
Willow's just sitting on a gravestone going, "You're cute when you focus."
He blushes a little bit. Thank you.
And then Steve was gonna go up to the door.
Yeah.
Give it a knock. Old Joe ain't home.
What?
I said old Joe ain't home.
Then who are you?
Fuck you.
Are you old Joe?
No.
Whoa. Good. I didn't want to talk to him. I want to talk to you.
You didn't want to talk. I don't want to talk to you either.
So you are not old Joe, right?
I am old Joe.
Legally, I'm allowed to tell you that you have to open the door now.
I don't know my legal rights. So fuck on. Yeah, hold on. You hear a bunch of like cans knock over and like garbage and everything. He opens the door, and old Joe is this big guy. He's wearing like boxers with hearts on him that go down to his knees, and he's got like a tank top, like a white tank top with like dirt stains on it and everything. And he's just like he's got like dirty arms, beer belly, unshaved, just kind of scraggly beard that doesn't grow in right, balding. He's like, and he stamps his shovel. He's like, "What do you want? Get out of here! Fuck you! Get out!"
Why are you in your underwear with a shovel? I'm just curious.
This is my goddamn property, and I got one job, and I do it.
But it's not, right? Like, this is a public graveyard.
It's my house, on public ground. I think. I don't know how this works. I'm not a law student like all of you are.
Yeah, so as a law student, I think you need to tell me if you've seen anything suspicious in the last night.
I see plenty of strange things working in a graveyard at night. Living in a graveyard at night.
Where's Dave's Oscar?
What was the question?
Did you see anything strange last night?
The other night?
Nope, sorry, like 2 nights ago now.
Is it 2 nights? Well, when that big massacre happened.
Yeah, that night.
Oh, yeah, I heard some strangeness. I heard something. It sounded like a bear ripped through one of my fucking fence posts, tore one of the posts out. Those things are custom made by the local blacksmith who's been dead for 30 years. So that sucks. But like, yeah, no, something like came and then it came back later. And it just walked through.
Did you see it?
No, it's just a big. It looked like a big guy. I mean, like I don't know, I thought it was a bear. Like a nice.
You said wait. You said no. It looked like a big guy.
It looked like a big bear guy. Yeah.
So you did see it.
I saw a silhouette, like a Sasquatch, walk through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think it was a Sasquatch?
It didn't have no human head that I'd ever seen for sure. Yeah. And I buried 3 Sasquatches, and it just didn't look like any of them either. So I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it was a Sasquatch. It was probably a bear.
What? Do you have any idea what time you heard this thing go and come back?
Probably somewhere around 2:35 at night.
That it went or
Both.
came back? Or?
It wasn't gone very long. It went up, and then I think like 5 minutes went by, and it came back down. That's steep. And I fucking hate. I can see all the kids making out up there, and I hate it.
You should file a noise complaint.
I have. The police know me by name. They're like, "Oh, Joe, you can't file a noise complaint. Kids are legally allowed to make out on Makeout Mountain. That's like the only place they're allowed to do it." And I say, "God, then can we move it or give them like the mall or something?"
Just like, or maybe stop looking at them with your binoculars. You
I
perv.
can't stop. I can't stop.
It sounds to me like you need a good lawyer. Here's my card. Call me if you need any information to give to someone about what happened on that night.
Oh, I got so much information. I see plenty of strange things.
On that night specifically, or have you told me everything?
Just kind of in general, I see a lot of weird shit all the time.
Okay.
I buried 3 Sasquatches.
As we've established, yeah.
Yeah, that's just one of the many weird things I know.
On a scale of 1 to 70 million, how sober is he?
He's actually sober. He's just weird.
All right, great. Well, you've been extremely kind of helpful, so thank you. You said it didn't look like it had a human head. What do you mean by that?
It wasn't quite a horse, but definitely wasn't a pony. Something kind of in between those things. Like a Sasquatch. Or a bear.
Okay. Cool. Hey, do you remember burying the coroner's son?
Wow, that's an awfully specific thing. Funny thing you mentioned that. That's one of the strange things that's happened around here.
Mm-hmm.
When the Rudigers, you know what they made me do? You know what they made me do? They made me bury an empty coffin. Weird.
Why?
They paid me to do it. So that's why I did it. What was the why about? Why did they want to do that? I don't know. It's their money. It's America. Legally, they're allowed to.
I don't think they are.
I don't think you guys are using legally in the proper terms.
Once again, I actually don't know because I'm not allowed to.
Do you know what happened to the body? Did they keep it?
No, I didn't keep. What do you?
No,
what?
did they? Not you, you weirdo.
I don't know.
Gross.
That's a question you're going to have to ask him, because they're both dead, and it's just the one guy.
Okay, right. Did you not bury the wife either?
Oh, I buried her. Yeah, no, she's fucking in there.
Okay, cool, great.
Yeah, she's dead as a doorknob. She's 6 feet under, in pieces, because there wasn't much left after that car accident. So, but yeah,
Good.
she's fucking everywhere.
Good to know. All right, well, you have my Hotmail address if you need to get in touch with me.
Yeah, I don't know what an email is.
Perfect.
Just send it straight to my Yahoo account.
I know what that is.
Or just chat me on AOL Messenger.
I got.
Hey, you can look me up on MySpace.
There it is.
Yeah, these are a lot of things I have that are outdated, and that's why I have them as old Joe, because it's funnier.
I'll add you
that
to
I
my
have
top
these
5.
things in the 2000s.
All right. Well,
They'll be timeless for sure.
Thank you. I guess.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? I see all of you walking around like goddamn great. Like talks over.
You just see Reggie walking with Buddy and be like, aren't you glad this isn't a pet cemetery?
No, that's something else. I've seen one of those. So you don't bury the Sasquatch in the pet cemetery. They have rights.
They have rights.
Which maybe I don't know. I'm not a law student.
Only if they were born in America.
What was the Sasquatch rights movement?
I remember the 60s, the Sasquatch rap movement. when the Sassies took over Washington and they marched on Washington. Old Joe turns and part of his head's missing.
Well, you've been extremely somewhat helpful. I'll let you get back to it.
I was watching it. Do you want to see Stephen King's
No.
Tim Curry?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
It's like 20 hours long. I thought it was a movie. It's a miniseries, and it takes like all day to watch it. And I got it on VHS because I'm old-fashioned, old Joe.
So it's like 7 VHSs.
Yeah.
not now. Not ever, but thank you.
Yeah, that's fair. No, I don't want you to be fair. I say it as a politeness, but I hate all of them.
Legally, I have to make note of that.
That's fair. I guess I understand not being a law student and all.
All right. Well, I've tried 4 or 5 times now to leave, so I'm just
And I
going to
won't
do it.
let you-
Does anybody feel like perhaps
That's the
anything
end of
would
your
be
story.
gained from
No.
digging up Nikki's coffin?
You're digging up Nick's coffin? What are you fucking doing?
I'm not saying that where he can hear me. I'm waiting for him to go back inside.
I am aware I have my nervous system going through all the graves in here. And I know that one's empty, so you're wasting your time.
There's always a clue.
Wait. Okay, bye. I'm gonna
Bye.
go. Okay, bye.
Please go back into your house. You're
No.
scaring people.
Not to you.
I'm backing way up. I'm over with everyone
Yeah,
else.
you're already by the van here outside of the gate.
You hear Reggie honking, like, come on.
Leave him alone.
The party's starting.
But yeah, no, he's just standing on his porch watching you all. But if there's anything else you'd like to do, you can do it. Otherwise,
Should
it's starting
we-
to get late and that party's coming up.
Should we? There's nothing around Nikki's grave that like looks like it was left. Or are there any fibers?
Anyway.
Fibers,
Oh, no.
fabrics, blood,
No. Just a
steps.
Shoe
disturbed
prints?
grave.
Hmm,
Are there shoe prints?
No.
No. Okay.
There are shoe prints where the source is.
Are they his shoe prints?
You can tell that they're football cleats.
Dave,
Yeah.
never mind. I'll save it. I have a trope that would be either really useful right now or more useful later. I'm gonna bank it. Ignore me.
Old Joe. Okay.
I was gonna ask whether Nikki was buried in his mascot, but I guess that's a moot point considering it was an empty coffin.
That's where I was going with it too. Was
Yeah.
he wearing his Letterman jacket when he was buried?
I was wondering if he was wearing the whole damn costume.
Yeah. But
I
I
really wish
think-
we had time to go to the coroner's office.
yeah, I mean, we could skip the party. Is there quick show of hands? Was there anybody who wanted to go to that party for a murder-related reason or just to party?
Or he said you legally.
I
Well,
assumed
I got these deliveries to make.
I also assumed that if anything was going to happen again, perhaps like it did at Makeout Point, that the best hunting grounds would be where everybody would be.
Seems like an excellent reason not to go to that party.
But I bought that guacamole dip that they asked for.
Yeah, and the scene that's missing, there's like a 30-minute like going to a Walmart.
We could split up. Half could go to the corners, half could go to the party.
That's true.
You can beat me if there's anything weird.
What?
Nature.
Page.
2000.
Oh,
Get it together. Where's Old Joe right now? Are you in the van? Maurice is still sitting at the hot dog.
Rusty and I could go to the corner. You and Reggie go to the party. Try
I
not to
don't-
get murdered.
yeah. See, that's the thing that's really getting me. I'll go with Reggie to like drop off the guac, but I don't want to go to the party now that you've said that.
The best place to get murdered would probably be where all of the kids who are canonically being murdered would be stationed at. Yes.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah.
I don't want to be there. Not that.
But if you find like a good vantage point, it's already been proven that if you remain out of sight and away from the horde, you'll probably be safe. Maurice survived.
There's strength in numbers.
There's strength in not being with all of the numbers, I think is the key.
Well, I mean,
Look, you don't have to be the fastest one. You just can't. Just gotta outrun the slowest.
Legally, that's bad boy.
I guess.
Why are you still here? We're not even
Oh,
by you.
this is Buddy now.
Buddy Law.
Oh, shit.
Buddy Law.
You can't hear me. You can't hear me. Shut up.
Those buddy.
I mean, so someone is preying on this kid who got murdered, let's say, gets a big knife from the coroner's office and goes slashing people for reasons. I mean, it seems pretty random, like serial killer nonsense. Obviously, the coroner is where you would probably get that type of knife, right? We're all pretty clear on that.
I think that's definitely high up on the probability list, yes.
It just occurred to me the coroner's office might be the more dangerous place.
Correct.
Maybe we shouldn't split up.
Yeah, what if it's the coroner?
I feel like
I mean, the only one connected.
Yeah, I feel like divide and conquer. I just, I don't think we're the ones.
I feel like
that
it's
are
a way
gonna
to get divided and conquered.
Buddy just.
Uh-oh. Oh, God. Reggie, you gotta help his diet.
Does he eat?
Pellet. There's like pieces of owl bones in it.
Oh, God.
I don't know. I'm hesitant to split up.
Buddy's an apex predator.
I am too, but at the same time, like, I don't know what. I feel like there's good information at the coroner's office, but I also feel like if anything is going to happen, it's going to happen at the party. And so, I don't know.
Well, we could probably be fashionably late for the party. I mean, we can go to the corners quick and then just show up late.
How late is the coroner's office open?
I mean, dying is a 24/7 gig, so I would assume that there's some form of swing.
The coroner is usually kind of like attached to the police department in a way, so that like they're kind of on call. So, and usually coroners kind of live at the morgues they service. So that's what I'll give for this, at least. Not knowing anything about this occupation, that's what's happening in this world legally.
I'm like 100% that's not correct, but
Nope,
yes,
it's
let's do it.
I made it up, so therefore
It's canon.
I'm kind of wondering if maybe we can investigate the morgue without the coroner there.
Be interesting.
But what about this guac?
All right, bud.
Look, I like guac.
Put it in
it
the
to
mini
Buddy.
fridge. Put it
Buddy
in the
can
mini
eat
fridge,
guac.
and we'll get it there in a little bit.
You can't feed a cat
Guac, it
guac.
will kill me.
Legally, you can't feed a cat guac.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's against the cat agenda code.
Just put the guac in the mini fridge in the van.
It's against the catstitution.
Constitution. And we'll take it out to the coroner's office, or we'll just eat it.
Yeah, I guess.
No chips? That's fucking wild.
Just with a spoon, like anarchists.
I don't like it.
Guac is extremely toxic to cats.
Did you Google it?
Yeah,
It's toxic.
highly toxic.
I assumed it was.
I just assumed too. I didn't actually know. Oh. Well, would we like to take a break? Short break while you all figure out what you want to do?
I'm happy to go to the coroner's office first, and if there's time, hit up the party.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that too.
I think it's fine.
I guess.
I feel like the coroner's office is going to have some good stuff.
So, if that is that our final choice?
Yeah.
So coroners first, then fashionably late to the party.
Yeah.
Correct.
Might make
We're
you
po-
cooler.
Yeah, we're popular. We're the
You're
cool
there
people.
because you're invited because you're the rule breakers who are cool now.
Yeah.
Instead of the nerds who just call Tori out on all of her bullshit. So, if that's the case, would we like to take a break really quick? Does anybody need to use the bathroom and get a drink or whatever?
Yes.
If not, we could just continue, but it's just up to y'all.
I need about 30 seconds to get some water.
Okay, I will be back too. I'm gonna go grab a beer.
Ooh.
So
We are more than halfway through, by the way.
Yay.
Nice.
I hope so, because
Oh.
if we're only halfway, we're gonna run way over the other game.
Yeah, yeah.
We're 3 hours in, so that would be a 6-hour game if we're halfway through.
We are about 10% into the game.
Yeah.
3 days later.
we're here forever.
Okay, well, I'll set up a BRB really quick. We won't be gone that long. I just come back, get water or whatever, piss yourself, shit yourself, do whatever you need.
Shit yourself forever.
Shit, why don't you shit yourself to death? Oh, we haven't been doing that enough. Here, I'll be right back.